Yes, you're a Freedom member. It's an amazing opportunity for Freedom members. Fantastic low prices plus no postage. Now, if you're not a Freedom member, you'll pay $4.95 postage on every item you bid for. But as a Freedom member, you get unlimited standard delivery on every item you purchase from any Hochanda show, including Craft Price Drop. Plus, Freedom members also get selected discounts and offers. So why not join Freedom now? Get all the Craft Price Drop deals here and pay no postage. Freedom costs just $6.97 per month. Just add that number 88888 to your basket and continue bidding. Craft Price Drop, the new, exciting way to shop here on Hochanda.
Are you wanting to shop till you drop or pick up some inspiring hints and tips from your favourite experts from the world of craft? Do you need to restock your crafty stash? If the answer is yes, then head off to the Creative Craft Show. Receive your buy one get one half price tickets when you use code EV160. So why not treat yourself and a friend to a fantastic day out?
Hello, I'm Paula and I'd like to welcome you to the wonderful world of witchcraft. We're situated in this fabulous building called the Corn Exchange, right in the centre of Doncaster, and we've been here about 16 years. We're delighted to be working with Hochanda, bringing you lots of fabulous products and demonstrations and hopefully lots of inspiration to help you craft along the way. So join us here soon on Hochanda.
Good morning and welcome. It's lovely to have your company. I've stopped gurning now, stopped pulling silly faces. It's lovely to be with you. You are, of course, tuned in to Hochanda, the world of fabulous crafts. We've got a really good day coming up, actually. I can see around the building the Spellbinders one day special's a bit nice. We've got beautiful jewellery. That's coming up after me. Making your own, of course. Our Nick is in the building because I can see some, well, he's not here yet, but his stuff's here, so he's going to be coming up. So we've got loads of goodies to look forward to. In this hour, as you may well know, it's all about those bargains, quite frankly. Bargains. I've had a little look forward, obviously, as I can in my crystal ball, and I've got a presenter pick. Shall we show it? Bing! This is well nice. We've had this on before, and actually, why? Thank you, Ben. Actually, I probably had this as a presenter pick in the last time, which is a bit greedy, innit? Because look, glittery card. Everyone loves a little bit of glittery card. No shedding, capsulated glitter no less, but you've got some beautiful colours and double-sided. So one side's a plain, one side's a glitter, which is really good because at least you've got your matte and layer sorted. Really, really like this. It's price drop, so we're going to get a bargain. Please make sure you stay tuned. Merci beaucoup, Ben. What you need to do is not get that in your basket yet. If you check it out too soon, you're paying the proper price. So wait till the auction starts, not stops. If you wait till the auction stops, then you missed it as well. Basically, it's very early, isn't it? And this is really, you know, apart from saying morning to Dougie and morning to the team, this is kind of the first time I've spoke this morning. It's really weird the first time you speak being on live TV. It's probably not a good thing, really, is it? Warming up your vocal cords on live TV. Anyway, if you've never seen Price Drop before, this coming up is called an L. Dum, 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 dum. See that? That'll be an L, that. So, your L at the top is your item number. You've got your description. First one, just right. They're well nice, these. You've then got your price. Now, obviously, it's price drop, so what we want to see is that now at price. That is your falling price. At some stage, that will stop. Everybody is going to pay the price it stops at. Now, The thing is with this game, it's a bit of a game, isn't it? You might want to get in there straight away. If you get in there straight away, if you love what you see, if you know it's going to be a bargain and you want it, then you get in straight away, and that means you can chill out. It means you don't have to panic. It means you're not, you know, like with your auctions, as it comes to the end, as you've only got 2 left, and then you're panicking trying to get your order through. If, however, it does get to a price, a silly price, and you think, oh, I just got to have it, and then you try and put your auction in. If the numbers have come up, the quantity has come up, that's when you have to race against the clock, or fellow shoppers that are trying to get hold of it. So watch out for that quantity. Price, now that doesn't include your postage. Your postage is £4.95, unless, of course, you're a Hochanda Freedom. Freedom members don't pay postage on anything, and that's if you're shopping in Europe, if you're shopping in America. Always worth looking at Freedom. You can find all the details on the website, hochanda.com. Hochanda.com is where you can order, or on our telephone line that's specifically for Price Drop, which is 01733 797 1000. Is it? Yeah, it is. No, 100. Forget that last 0. Right then, should we just get cracking? Let's not rely on me and my talking skills. Let's look at this instead. Hurrah! Phew! Thank goodness for nice dies. And then we don't have to worry about what's coming out of Leonie's mouth. Now then, hey, do you know what? Me and our Paola were doing the thing last night. Off she goes before we've even started the thing. Right, get this. Right, me and Paola were doing this thing, and me and Paola both decided she's slightly more dyslexic than me, but I'm a little bit dyslexic as well, and that's why I'm so bad with my time management. It's true, it's like a thing. Seriously, honestly, look it up. My bad time management, because I have no concept of time. This is why I'm always late, because I don't know how long I can't do that. No, or I'm Doctor Who, but it's probably more I've got a mild case of dyslexia. And this is why, so I'm not good with time, and I'm also really bad at retaining information. And honestly, it's a thing.
That's why you put something in your ear.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. I'm just a Time Lord, and this is why I don't retain information. Because every time I go through a passage of time, it resets my brain. Honestly. All right then. Well, that was quite chuffed. I had a reason for being rubbish. Anyway, back to dies. And it's a thing. We did one of them online tests, and I scored. They're always, me and Paola were very chuffed with this, because at least I had a reason for being dire. This is why at school I had to cram my exams, because I couldn't remember any anyway. It all makes sense now. It's all coming. Honestly, I'm not a Time Lord after all. I'm not a Time Lord, a zombie, or a vampire. I'm just a little bit dyslexic. I mean, I'd have preferred the others. And if anyone thinks I'm taking the mickey out of dyslexia, I am most definitely not. Because, honestly, I think it's a thing. So anyway, moving on. Dies. Now this is actually, as I've opened this pack, this is amazing. Look at how many you've got. So you've got your main shape ones, okay? Your main shape and then your frame ones. And then, look, you've got all these ovals. So you've got tons of choice. This is, I like this. It's already only £16.69. That's a beautiful die. My next one, let's have a look at this, because this looks gorgeous. See, I've not seen these on Price Drop before. I presume they've been on, because the package is open, but I've not seen them before. That is gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at that. That is a mega die. Right, can I get cutting? Have we time? I'm going to get cutting. Yes, I managed to... All my stuff is in the building. I managed to bring all my things in the building. Right, OK. So what I'm going to play with, first of all, is that mega big die. Because that mega big die is lovely. So, this mega big die, you might be keeping this in the card, you might be cutting it out the card. I'm going to keep this in the card, for starters, because I think that is going to look so pretty. Let me just trim this down a little bit. Okay, so we're keeping it in the cardstock. Pop it like that, first of all. Give it a bit of a cut. Now, I must admit, I've lost my tan mat, so I might not be embossing these. It's just right. As with Spellbinders, take time to emboss them. They've got so much detail. It makes that detail pop. Honestly, some dies that tell you not to bother, but with things like this, where they've got a little extra detail, I definitely would. So with this one, this stays in the die. Now, that is beautiful. Straight away, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous die. Really, really like that. Clean that die out. How many have we got? We've only got 18. Right, let's see how much I can do when we've only got 18. So I've cut it once. Now, if you wanted to, whoa, okay, the price is coming down again. Ba-ba-bow. This is it, folks. You got a good day. £12. Whoa. Right, that is the lowest ever price for these dies. These are nice dies. I'm going to cut this one next. So you've got your detail, and now I'm going to cut your outside edge. Now, the beautiful thing about this, I could be cutting that as a die straight away, but this allows me to cut a frame out. You price £12.95 for these. These are two massive dies. I've only got 9 left. I wanted to play with these for ages. Look, the nice thing about this, being able to cut this out now, you can actually put your background in, or, of course, look, you can create the frame. How good does that look? Absolutely beautiful. Only 2 remaining. Oh, I wanted to play with the other one as well, but it is going to sell out. £12.95. Well done, Angela. You got the last one. That is our very first price log. Now everyone paid £12.95 for that. That is a bargain. This is what Price Drop is all about. Price Drop is all about bargains like that, quite frankly. That die is beautiful. I'm going to pop that over there. Shall we play the game where I give away bits that I make? Shall we play that? Shall we play that game? Let's play that game. Basically, whatever I make through the hours, if I die cut something, if I cut something up and glue it together, we send it out. But what shall we do? Shall we do a question? Have I got a question? Yes. Has it been sent out yet, that email about mornings? But right, I better not send that out there. I better not ask that question. That's just a top secret. Okay, I'll ask an easy one, and this will have to be on Facebook. All right, Facebook, or you can email in studio@hochanda.com. All right, so this is an easy one. Say it's easy, I've actually forgotten myself. But so my Leonie Let Loose shows, what day are they generally on and what times? It's a bit easy, that, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely that day. I always get the time wrong, even though I do it every week. But yeah, it is, isn't it? No, is it? Yes, it is. Right, so email in, I'll put it on Facebook, and whoever wins will get the bits that I've die cut or made. So that being said, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to start making things. So this one, what you're getting in here, you're getting tons of card. How much card stock we getting? 50 card blanks. So 50 card blanks for starters. Now, this is heavyweight cardstock. It's pre-scored, so that it's going to give you your big C5, I think, card. Mega card. Basically, A4 split in half. So you've got your big card blanks. You've got 50 of those. Oh, yeah, your A5 card blanks. And then you've got 25 sheets, of your beautiful floral papers. Now, have a look at these, because these are pretty. So you've got your beautiful pattern papers. You've then got, with this collection, you've then got your shiny yellow. Nice. And then you've got your nice yellow, actually quite a few different shades of your yellow. And then, oh, I see, hold on a minute. These have got texture, bear with. See, I was showing you plain side. No. You've got two pearlescents, you've got a gloss, and you've got a textured as well as that. Okay, £19 and 90p. Or Ben, have I got any glue? It's okay, Ben, I have got the glue. Right, let's make a really quick card. Might not be able to make a card. It might have to be a card, basically. Hold on a minute. Let me glue. Ben. Oh, it's brand new to Price Drop. I might have to give you this, Ben, to ease the glue out because... Hold on. Sorry, folks. I wanted to be really quick because I wanted to do loads of demonstrations, but my glue pots. Then, can you do me a favour and do me glue pot? It just needs poking. Is that okay? They all need poking. Right, okay, I'll make a card. While Ben's poking me glue pot and getting it going, I will make a card. Right, so we obviously start with a card blank because a card blank is as it says, a card blank. Let's do, okay, what are we on? £13.99. We've got lots of right answers on Facebook, yay! And emails, so we will get those sent out. Thank you ever so much. And I mean, you'll all be right, won't you? It's only me that forgets on a weekly basis what I'm meant to be doing. And you see, I've got something to blame now. I don't think I can blame that. But, right, so I'm going to change this a little bit. Just make a little card front, because I think that'll look absolutely lovely. So I'm making a card front, like so. So, thank you, lovely Ben. So you got the glue. So what I'm going to do is, let's pop, first of all, a beautiful bit of card on the back there. See, so you've got your really nice yellow pearlescent cardstock, which looks gorgeous. Now, that price is already dropping. It's gone from £19 to 90p. Where's it gone? Wow, under £10. This is brand new to price drop. You've got beautiful cardstock. You've got that pearlescent. You've got the wonderful textured there. The pearlescent is double-sided pearlescent. Almost ashamed to glue this down, to be fair, because that is really, really pretty. But only 12 remaining. But of course, with something like this, it just allows you so many possibilities. So glue that one down, and then on the top, I'm going to go with that nice rich yellow, because I really like that. That is really nice. It's almost like an orangey yellow is this one. So let's go for that. Oh no, there's only 5 remaining. Wherever I get up to, that's what I have to send out. So I will try and glue this down really, really quickly for you. And hopefully, how many's left? There's only 3 remaining. Quick, Leonie. What is it? Last 2. Oh no, I will glue this on afterwards. Last one remaining, no wonder. For a tenner, I'm not surprised. It's been ridiculously busy. Is it literally hanging on, or has it done one? It's done one. Linda, you got the last one, I promise. I'll glue that on top of that. Thank you. It's another price lock. Everybody winning. Everyone winning. Everyone winning. Everyone winning. Well, if you check your basket out, if you didn't check your basket out, you're not a winner. I'm not saying you're a loser, because that's horrible, isn't it? That's where I got up to. It's kind of homework, isn't it? But it's pretty. See, I was ready to put something really nice on there, isn't it? I'll put it on my little pile. There we go, that's the pile. Can't really make out of the books, unfortunately, but I love books. Who loves a good craft book? I adore craft books. I've got so many craft books, it's just not funny. But I love craft books. Now, the first one, 200 braids. So, you've got within this gorgeous collection beautiful inspiration. So it's going to give you what your shopping list, essentially, what you actually need. But then it's taking you through some really nice techniques. Now you'll be using different tools. I can see there's a loom in there, so there's different tools to actually create beautiful loops. Look at these. The beautiful braids, really, really gorgeous. So and look at the photography, really good photography, very, very close photography, so you can see exactly what you're doing. Oh, we used to, no, that's a different channel, a different life. Yeah, moving on. So you've got all these fun. Oh, now I did used to use one of them when I was a kid with my auntie. They're really cool. Really, really good techniques there. And it's so nice because there's a lot of old techniques, you know, that obviously should never, ever go, because they're the kind of techniques that are wonderful to be passed down from generation to generation. So whether you're making cords for jewellery, whether you're making it for fashion, maybe you're going to be using these on your clothes, because a lot of the braids that you're creating here used to be used on garments, you know, on military garments. They used to be used for, you know, if you're making bags, because braids are so hardy. They are so strong. So it means you might be using them for a bag handle. You might be using them, stitch them together. You might be using them to make belts. I mean, there's loads you can do with these, and I remember that from many of the shows I did with the lovely Ziggy. Now, look at that. I mean, that is beautiful. You are going to learn how to attach wonderful little seed beads. So that is only one book. That is massive, absolutely massive. Now, for both books, you should be paying £22.98. You're going to be paying £15.96. Let's take a look at that other one. So that one is going to give you 200 different projects. This one, you've got your beautiful Japanese braids. Again, absolutely exquisite. See, just that on its own for a necklace looks so pretty, doesn't it? So I love things like this. So maybe you are going to be making your own silver jewellery. Of course, coming up in the next hour. Maybe instead of using chains, you want to make your braid to actually attach your jewellery pieces onto. It might be that you pick something up that you want to braid. Maybe it's one of the gorgeous stones on the beach, you know, that have been worn and have got holes in. You might want to, oh, and I bet you've seen these looms. See, I've seen the looms. They are readily available, are the beautiful looms. You can easily get hold of them, but actually knowing the different ways to use them to create different finishes is gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Things like that, you think there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. The pictures make it easy. They make it doable. Oh, I love this. This is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. £12.49. That is all you're paying now. Sorry, you're there, aren't you? £12.49. Now, that is such a bargain. So what's that like? £6? £6 per book. £6.25 per book. And these are really beautiful books. Books are fantastic for gift ideas, aren't they? You know, I love giving books. Something that hasn't been used, that's, well, obviously. I say that because I've given loads of books where I've read them first. Have you ever done that? I know, right? I know, you have to read them really careful so you don't bend the spine. Let me see. Let me see what's on. I know. It's been years since I've done that. Honest. Right, let me just see what's on that CD. Moving on. So, the CD, I can say this word. The free Kumihimo. Have I said it right? Kumihimo. Kumihimo? I've remembered something. The free Kumihimo Braiders disc. So you've even got a disc so you can learn even more skills. This is beautiful. The photography is beautiful. Right, you're only paying £11.50 now. 2 exquisite books. They are brand new, of course. They won't have been thumbed through in the sales. You know, when you buy sale books and they've been thumbed through, and sometimes they're a little bit worn before you even get them home. Not here. Pristine, gorgeous, pristine books. We have now only got 14 remaining. These are really, really nice. Some really good skill sets in here that you can pick up, that you can learn, and you can use with other techniques. I mean, you might be using these in your mixed media. Oh, who's joined us this morning? I always like a nosy. Catherine, good morning, Catherine from Tor Point. We've got Joanne from Maplethorpe. Good morning, Joanne. June from Leo Minster. It's good to know where everyone's coming from. Lovely Doris. Good morning, Doris. And Margaret. Morning, Margaret. We've got Paula. I always want to say Paula these days, from Sheffield. We've got Margaret, we've got Suzanne. Good morning, ladies. Lovely to have your company. Susan. Morning, Susan. From Sheerness. We've got Lindsay from good old Fleetwood. We've also got Robert from Woodford Green. Good morning, everybody. It's absolutely lovely to have your company this morning. We've got 2 units remaining. Who's going to get the last 2 books? Whether it be for you, whether it be for a present, whether it just be something that you're going to put on your stash like I do. Janet, it was you. You got the last one. It's another price lot. Everybody paying £11.50 for that auction, plus of course £4.95 postage and packaging, unless you're part of Hochanda Freedom. Right, okay, fabric. We do have a lot of fabric on this price drop. This one is brand new to price drop, which is lovely. We love getting new items on price drop, and this is a bit modern, isn't it? It's a little bit cool. So you have got here 112 centimetres by 1 metre. Let me show you that, because I must must admit, this is another thing of mine. Measurements mean absolutely nothing to me. Honestly, it's funny, isn't it, when you start to realise what measurements, if someone says a metre, I can't visualise it, I have to see it. That'll be your metre. So that is a metre by 112 centimetres. So effectively, a big piece of material. What could you do with a big piece of material? I could get a skirt. You probably can't see it. Shall I show you my skirt? You have to ignore my boots. I've got bits of boots day today. I don't know. Does it? No, I don't work with the boots, does it? What if I dropped on the floor? A bit of paper. Pop it. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Ben. So, okay, let's have a look. Skirt? You'd do a skirt, wouldn't it? Yeah? Oh, yeah. So, we've got a nice little skirt. Actually, look, I like the yellow better. So if I'm having a skirt, let's go for yellow instead. Or I could have three, I could actually have 3 skirts. I could have a skirt and a blouse. A scarf, tea towel. John ran the other day when I'm making tea towels. Right, okay, see. That's quite nice, isn't it? It's a little skirt, not with my boots on. It makes me want to take my boots off. There, that's better. I shouldn't, sorry, now I'm a bit stuck. Now I'll go behind with my boots. I'll take my boot with me. Thanks, Ben. Thank you, Ben. You're my prince, This would be just typical, wouldn't it? Me, if I was Cinderella, it wouldn't be a glass slipper, it'd just be an old boot. Here's your old boot, love. You dropped it. Well, you'd had too many gins. Leonie's version of Cinderella. Please drink responsibly. Don't lose your boots. It's a bad walk home when you've lost your boots. Especially because some of those youths getting glass on the floors. Oh, youths. Right then. Only joking. Right, about all of it. Now don't lose my boots. So, not in years. This is Lush, so I'm adult now. So, we have got it down to what have we got it down to? We've got it down to £6.66. Hold the sixes. Ooh, let's move on. £6.66 per piece of fabric. £9.99. All the sixes, all the nines, Neela. Now, if you do want to get hold of these, you know what to do. You need to check your baskets out. They are lovely. Talk about the fabric, Leona. They're very lightweight. They're nice, and they've got a nice drape to them, so that's why they will be lovely for clothing. They're nice and bright. I like these because they're bright. They're a bit funky, aren't they? Mixing up that grey with those big splashes of colour. So that beautiful yellow. The yellow is definitely my favourite. The gorgeous pink and then that red. You've got the flowers in there. I mean, if you were using these for patchwork, because you've got your flower, you've got like a main image there that you might want to be putting on your patchwork. You might be using those for applique. You might be cutting the actual flower out, and of course it might be your usual. It might be your bags. You might be using these as a bag lining if you wanted to, which would look really, really beautiful. I think these, they're quite bold, aren't they? So if you are making cushions with these, mixing them up with other greys and blacks, I think would look quite cool, actually. £14.99 now, that is all you're paying. But I'm having to roll my sleeves up, a bit warm. But we have now only got 13 units remaining. Now, remember, this is the first time you've seen these on Price Drop. I would love to know what you do with all your fabric, because I know a lot of you buy fabric from Price Drop. Are you as bad as me with my paper crafting and my stamps? Have you got a stash this big of all your fabric? It's more than that, isn't it? Or do you actually make things? I would love to know. Share pictures with us, because we are exceptionally nosy. Right, you've only got 3 units remaining now. Brand new to Price Drop from Perfect Occasions. They've got gorgeous soft drop to these. Definitely. Oh, other one remaining. Kate, you managed to get the last one to make it another price lock. OK, folks, you're all paying £14.99. Now, something I love, your Sakura pens. Now, I must admit, if I hadn't picked the paper as my, one of my presenters' doodah pick, if I my pretenders doodah, it would have been these. I love these because A, it's Sakura, fantastic brand, as we all know. I am always shocked that we've got Sakura on here, because Sakura are one of my, when you talk about pens, when you talk about ink, Sakura are there for me. They're the top. You know, the gel pens have been going for years, and they are still a #1 gel pen. Now, with these ones, these are a permanent pen, so you're going on all different sorts of surfaces. Now, loads of people are going for these already. $24.99 so far. That's what you should be paying. It's price drop you're not going to be. Okay, that works out, yeah, about £5 a pen, doesn't it? Let's go through the nibs for you. Okay, so the first one, you've got that nice big bullet tip. Now, when you look at that, this is just on cardstock. When you look at that, it's got that gorgeous metallic sheen to it. There you go. Can you see that metallic sheen? Now, that's just on cardstock. The thing is with these, let me get my black cardstock. Let me get different colours and types of cardstock. Okay. Right, they're going quick. We're getting a drop in. The drop in. Right, so from 24... Soz. £24.99 down to £18. You've got, how many pens? I've got 5 pens. £3.60 a pen. Okay, fantastic value for money. Let me show you, okay? So that was on your white cardstock. On black cardstock, this is why they're so nice. Black cardstock, just as bright, just as vivid. On mirror cardstock, it is going to dry. You see, this is the thing. Because it's a permanent pen, they're going to go on all sorts. So you've got the beautiful gold in your bullet nib. A big, nice, thick nib. You've got the gorgeous bronze. That's another bullet tip. The bronze is beautiful. You've then got the black. Now, the black, this is an essential, because the black, of course, is going to go on all sorts of surfaces. But when you have a look at this, quite like this wobble. When you have a... is that for a stamp, right? See, when you have a look at that, look at the black. That is such a nice... It's a good, solid black. Look at that. That is my Christmas tree, modern Christmas tree. That's my Christmas range right there. Okay, what we're on, £13.99. Now, this is interesting, the calligraphy nib. Let me just see if that's been primed. It hasn't been primed yet. I'm going to show you it's primer. So you can hear the ball bearing. You do need to shake them. To prime them and to get it going, you just pump the actual nib, hold it down, and that'll start releasing the ink. And you can see the ink, it's starting to flow. So don't keep bashing them down, you don't want to do that. Now, this is a calligraphy nib, so this is a little bit different. So, with a calligraphy nib, what you can see is you've got the straight edge, but then you've got the thicker edge, okay? So it allows you to create those beautiful calligraphy. See, I'm not good for calligraphy, so really it should go like this, maybe. That's better. Can you see? So you've got the thick and then the thin with the calligraphy. Whee! Which looks fabulous. That is fabulous. It's a really interesting nib, is that? That's one of them you want to play with, but not on live TV, Leonie. So you've got the white calligraphy nib. What are we doing with these? £13.69. Okay, now this one is your copper. The copper, however, is the bullet tip. So it's a finer bullet tip. So again, you can get detail. These are beautiful. They're good, rich pens. They're a permanent pen. You've got a really good nib on those. And of course, it flows. The ink flows. So it's not going to give you... You know, sometimes when you're working with gel pens and you get that blotch, if you will, it's not going to do that. You're going to get that fine, beautiful release of ink. The quantity is now coming on. You've only got 20 of these remaining. I saw once you learn calligraphy. Shall we write hello? Let's put hello. So we're going to do a thin line and a thick line. Let's do something like this. We'll do a little hello, and then we'll send that out in our thing, in our stash. So, cheeky little hello. Oh, I spelled hello right. Wrong. Yes, I was trying to write Hochanda. I'll find another piece of code. Thank you, Ben. Ben saved the day. I wasn't writing. It's the hoe in Hochanda. Okay, let's do this instead. Let's go. Oh, it's because I'm not thinking. It's very early. Let's go for very early. It's not even that early, is it? People who are on shift work are going, it's not that early, Leona. We've been up for 20 hours. Right, see. That won't have happened either, will it? Hello. I'll stop overthinking and just draw. What are we on? 5 left, Leona. Hello. See, 12, how many? £12.64. There's only 5 remaining. Right, if you want to get hold of these are absolutely lovely. I'm putting this in our little thing. Oh. Hello. I'm not that keen on that. Maybe I'll try and write it again. We've only got 2 remaining though. So I'm probably not going to run out. I'm going to run out of time, aren't I? It's gone to Maxine. Hello, Maxine. Maxine, you'll be able to do a better result than me, I'm quite sure. But they are beautiful. £12.61, everybody. That's all you were paying. Congratulations. Yay, my pick. Boom. Leonie's choice. Yeah, Leonie's choice. This is lovely. Really like these because you have got double-sided papers here. On one side you've got the beautiful glitter. On the other side, you see, you've got that beautiful basic card. So it does mean your matte and layer. You've got that, can you see, the glitter, the dark blue glitter matches the dark blue cardstock. It's really cool, is that? With this one, so you've got the gorgeous yellow with the orange dots. You've got the orange on the other side. I really like the fact you've got both of these. Okay, quantity already. We've only got 25 of these. And look, right? £26.99. What is it going to drop to? This is a lovely collection. I would definitely urge you to get hold of these because they are just so exquisite. I don't feel like I've been through all the colours yet. Look, you've got so many different colours. It's a really nice collection. I love this one. So that one's going to be orange. Yes. This one. I bet that one, is it going to be red or white? That's going to be, that's my favourite. That one, that is beautiful. That one's going to be your dark pink because of the dots. Can you see? So that one's going to be that gorgeous mustard. Gorgeous, aren't they? Let me show you how to use these. I love this one as well. That one's... Uh-oh. Sorry, Ben. Ben's on it. He's like, bow. Ben is, to my time traveller, Ben is my, what you're going to be. So if I'm a time traveller, if I'm Doctor Who... No, do you want to be born? You know the way you move then? It would be like born. So I'll be Doctor Who, you can be born. Okay, now we've sussed out who we are and our true identities. £26.99, £7. Right, £7.98, £8. You need these. This is the lowest it's ever been. Let me show you what you can do with these. Sorry, Ben. Can I pass you this? I'm crafting. Thanks, love. Wow, born. Born Ben. Okay. So, random. Born identity. Yeah. Jason Bourne. That's where I'm going with that. See, Jason Bourne, just because he moves so fast. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down. So that's going to be 6 inches. So I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches. Right, the thing is, what I want to do with this is do a little fold. I'm a bit rubbish with my folds. This is the only one I remember, and I'm having trouble. No, I remember it. Okay, so with this fold, get a centre point. You want to get your centre point, okay? And just do a little tweak there. And then you start to fold in each corner. See, now, I'm only doing this because it's double-sided papers. Double-sided papers are beautiful for doing lots of different techniques. How much are we on that? We've got 11 units. You might be able to get hold of this, and I might be able to finish this before the end of the auction. It will make really, really nice envelopes. Double-sided, so it makes gorgeous little pockets. So if you're into all your beautiful books, you know, all your decorative books, make beautiful little pockets with these. So fold in every corner and then start to fold them back out again. Now, the lovely thing is, again, because it's double-sided, you're going to see both your colours. So you're going to see those beautiful little dots. I would score this because I'm getting a few cracks on my creases. So fold them and obviously ink them up. See, so then you've got that lovely little pocket fold. You could fold the corner back in again. Because it's got the adhesive dots, not the adhesive dots, the glitter dots. That's why, oh no, it's lovely, is that? Looks really pretty. See, and you can do something like this, just simple folds, look really, really pretty because you can see both edges of your card. Can you see what I mean? Really gorgeous. With this, obviously, with this, what you can do, if I get my lovely card, cut this down. So with my lovely card now, last two, is that it? Oh, I'm not going to have time to do another one. Okay, I will pop that into the thing that we're all going at, the stash that's going to get sent out. Only one remaining. Who's it going to be? Carol, you got all those beautiful papers for £7.98. That is a price lot. Everyone paying £7.98. That is a beautiful auction. And thankfully, a lot of you, that were my pick. You were being not really boring there. That was more thingy from, oh, that's more boring. Boring. Okay. Now then, what have we got? Cheeky bit of painting by numbers. But this is a bit different. This reminds me of my walk yesterday. And that was proper northern, wasn't it? Me and Miss Paola, we went walking around the Oundle yesterday, taking pictures of swans. This is basically what we were seeing yesterday. It was absolutely lovely. Yes, it was beautiful. See, this is just so pretty. So what you've got your gorgeous, gorgeous landscape. Now, these are going to look professional when they're done. This is going to look beautiful. Now, rather than the numbers being on here, so it's a little bit more, it's a bit not as easy as you paint by numbers. So this is taking you on your next step. This is taking you so you're going to have to really put some work into this one, which is lovely. Now, have a look. So you've got, oh, you've even got your online demo. So you've actually got your instructions as well. Do you know what this reminds me of? So when you go to Matthew Palmer's, because we went to our Matthew Palmer's workshop, honestly, when you go to Matthew Palmer's workshop, the one we went to, he'd sketched it out first for us, and then he takes us step by step on the technique. So it means you don't have to worry about being able to draw the actual design out, because a lot of people, and me included, sorry Mike, we're painting, the bit that's scary is sketching out the detail. The detail is sketched out for you. So what you are going to do is learn how to paint. So it's definitely taking you on. I'm not going to think about this as painted by numbers. It's definitely more, it's more about learning. It's more about the skills, okay? That's what this is about. It's the skills of actually learning how to blend your colours, how to actually pop them on the canvas so it looks beautiful. That is what this is about. Now, so you've got your gorgeous canvas, you've got that beautiful scene, you've got all your paints as well. You've got a really nice paintbrush. That is such a nice paintbrush. Absolutely gorgeous. But then I like the instructions. The instructions are really, really beautiful. Now, it's also got your online demo, so you can see it online as well, which is fantastic. I like this. And it's giving you really cool tips, because it's telling you where your shading should be. It's telling you blue areas indicate where shadows should be painted. So it's making you look at it to see the shadows. So it's not taking you step by step so you don't think about it. Do you know what I mean? It's making you think about it. I really like that. And it's explaining why you're doing something. It's also making you do your own mixing. So it'll teach you how to mix your colours to get all your different colour palette. That is a lovely kit. That's a lovely kit for £15.99. I really, really like that. Are you getting both kits as well? You're getting both the kits, so that means 2 full kits. You might be doing one for you, you might be giving one as a present. You might, obviously, with something like this, be keeping them both to yourself, because you are getting 2 different, you're getting 2 different scenes. Like your first one, this one is, I'll tell you where it is, it's Derwent Water up in Cumbria. Oh, beautiful Cumbria. I haven't been up Cumbria in years. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Your second one is Western Highlands in Scotland. So look at that. You're going to be able to paint that phenomenal rugged scene. I like these. I think these are a lovely, lovely idea. And I think the fact that you've got that online video as well, which is going to give you step-by-step instructions. Right, that price is amazing. £5 for both of these. This isn't just something that's okay. We haven't got many of these. We haven't got many of these at all. We've only got 9. This isn't something that you're following the sort of step by step. This is something that's going to teach you, and I think that is absolutely vital. It's going to teach you loads of different techniques. So hopefully you'll be able to recreate this. You'll be able to use those techniques to use again in your own artwork. Now it's a stretch canvas, so it means it is going to be a fantastic quality. That is your fantastic stretch canvas. I love them because they're packaged beautiful. So if you are going to be giving these as a gift, maybe you've got a birthday in mind, maybe you're just stocking up and popping things away. A lot of people are very, very good and pop things away for Christmas. Not me. Only 4 remaining. Okay, you need to check your baskets out. Really like them. They're gorgeous. The finish details look amazing. And it's this I love. This step-by-step guide. It's going to tell you. So it tells you, so the hills, for instance, it's going to tell you how to mix the different colours to get your different colour palettes. Stage 4, red areas indicate where highlights are to be painted using white. So it's telling you how to get your gorgeous highlights. It's making that picture into 3D. So when you look at a picture, you're not looking at it as a full scene. You're breaking it down like that. Like that. Marianne, you managed to get the last one. It is another price lot. I like that. That's really different. £10.32. That is your price, everybody. Please remember, check out your baskets. If you don't check your baskets out, thank you. If you don't check your baskets out, it ain't yours. So please check your baskets out. Now, that were a cracking deal. Oh, have we all? Bear with. Between us, Ben. We can do this. Seamless. Boom. Born. Okay, so we've got this. Now, this is another one that would have been a presenter pick, but having 3 presenter picks. My presenter picks have gone up to 4 after doing that paint one. I kind of sold that myself. I really like that. But this would have been a presenter pick as well, because I really, really like these. Gorgeous. I remember our Sue Wilson wanting these. She wanted these. She wanted to bring all these in, so she had them made, because obviously Sue is one of those people who love putting big, beautiful embellishments on her cards, and these are phenomenal. But it takes a little bit of time to make those ribbon roses, doesn't it? On these ones, the ribbon roses have been made for you, and you've got a really nice selection. So you've got your red satin. Oh yes, and they feel gorgeous. You've then got your organza. So with the organza, you're getting your soft blue, that lilac. You're getting that beautiful gold. You get the black. The black is gorgeous in the organza. Really, really nice. You've also got the white organza, and it's got a lovely, lovely sheen to it. These are not limited to 1 per person. If you use a lot of flowers, I would highly recommend getting multiples of these. They are not limited. That price is already dropping. Let's see where it's going to drop to. And then you'll make your mind up if you're going for multiples. So it should have been £24.98. You've actually got £10.98. That's what it's been reduced to. How many actual packs do we get? I hate 168 packs. 12 packs. So you're getting 12 packs. So 12 packs, that's £100 per pack. That is fantastic value for money. Okay? That means 6p a piece, but we don't Pieces are no good for us crafters because we buy packs. So, how much is that per pack? We don't... I don't know if you like me, crafters. Are you like me? You don't do packs. You don't pieces, yeah. 91 pence for one of these. That is good value for money. There's packs in it, packs. Okay, so you've got lilac, you've got the beautiful pinks, you've got down at the bottom, oh, I like this, the silver. It almost looks two-tone, but because it's a satin, when the ribbon is twisted, you get in both sides. That is so, so gorgeous. Now, they're easy to stick on. You can stick these on. Oh, look at these. I didn't see those ones. They're different. They snuck in, didn't they? Look at those little beauties. Okay, £8.49. It looks more than 12 packs. That means it's working out at 70 pence a pack. These are beautiful ribbons. Yeah, well, they are. The beautiful ribbon flowers. You've got a real mix of the different qualities, the different quantities. Oh, no, look at me glue. Oh, I didn't want to do that. It's not stopped flowing. I was going to glue one on, but, oh, move it out. Put it out your way, Leone. Ah, that glue. But you could stick these on maybe with your cosmic shimmer. Maybe you're going to be using your gel medium. They are fantastic for your mixed media because it's going to give you textures. They're beautiful for putting on any of your cards because obviously with something like this for £8.49, something like this is lightweight. You could use it for maybe you're going to be embellishing bags. Maybe it's going to be a headband and you're going to sew these on and put them on with a glue gun. I mean, they are very, very versatile indeed, and it saves you a lot of work. It saves you actually making these, it saves you stitching these, and maybe you can't quite, maybe you haven't got the dexterity to make these, maybe you haven't got the patience to make these, or the skill set. To be fair, I don't even know where to start. So if you do want to go for these, finished, done, just ready to go, please check your baskets out. Gail Accrington. Hey, I know Aki very well, Gail. I used to go around Aki. Linda, good morning, Linda. That's a good name, isn't it? We've got Patricia, we've got Margaret, we've got Linda, we've got Susan. Good morning, everybody. We've got Carol. Good morning, Carol. We've got Katie. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely to have your company. Susan, lovely to have your company as well. Jean, we've also got Barbara from London Town. Have you checked your baskets out, ladies? Have you got these winging the way to you? Amanda from Shrewsbury, Geraldine. You see, the nice thing about Cheryl, good morning, Cheryl. The nice thing about freedom, okay, if you're going for these now, maybe this is all you're going for now, you could check your basket out straight away. If you're a Freedom member, you know you're not paying postage. And that's even if you're in America and you've joined Freedom. So that's the thing with it. It's wherever you're shopping, you can get these sent out for you without worrying about your postage. And it's the postage that can really build up your orders. And we don't put our prices up to think about clubs. I mean, what you see is what you're paying. Okay, there's only one remaining. Is it going to be you? Are you going to get hold of these? Shirley, it's you. You've got hold of these beautiful ribbons, flowers for just £8.49. See, £8.49, folks. Plus, of course, your postage and packaging. Unless you're part of Hochanda Freedom. Right, okay. So we've 6 minutes left, but only 2 auctions. Oh, gosh, I'll be quick then. Snails. These snails. We've seen these before. Right, we'll be quick. Oh, now then. What would I do that use these? I would use these. You know, if you're having a summer party and you have, you know, outside you can make like a summer a cloth for your table. Imagine a summer cloth full of snails. I'd love that. A tablecloth. Don't you think that'd be ace? With lots of snails. £6 for a piece of fabric. You might be making a fantastic apron full of snails. You might be making, actually, if you know someone who's a gardener, maybe you're going to make a gardening tote bag full of snails. That would be so cool. Okay, it's dropped from £36. Where are we going? £22. Now, you're actually getting 6 pieces of fabric. Again, these are a metre. So, I would wear a snail dress. Not gonna lie, I would happily wear a snail dress. I think that'd be super cool. I'd love a snail dress. And in that colour, that'd be ace. You could create a really cool 50s looking dress out of that. £22 now. These are big pieces of fabric. 100% cotton. So they're going to be easy to wash as well. And you've got some good, strong colours there. Wow. Right, it's working out at £2.99 each. I bet Mr. Davy B, who's walked in the building. Hello, Mr. Davy B. I think this would look rather nice as a waistcoat for Mr. Davy B. Or maybe just on the inside, maybe it's Snails. Me and you. Snails. Eh? Yeah, he's on it. He's on it. Snails. Yeah, waistcoat and a cravat. In different colours, maybe. Your Snails. I definitely go for these for an apron for your kitchen. I think it'd be brilliant. Definitely has to be a gardening thing, though, doesn't it? You know, maybe you're making one of them knee pads, you know, that you when you're weeding and you have a knee pad to lean on. Maybe you're making one of them and it can be covered in snails. Gardening gloves. Yeah. And just loads of things. OK, there's only 8 remaining, 7 remaining. It's good, it's a bit wacky, it's a little bit cool. I love that bright green one. I mean, that is quite fabulous, isn't it? Whatever you're making that bright green, you're not going to lose, are you? It's almost luminous. It's that bright. And you've got the black snails on red. You've got the beautiful little pink snails, which are really cute. That makes such a cute girl's dress. OK, only 1 remaining. Valerie, you have managed to get all your snails. Oh, please show me what you do with those, Valerie. I would love to see the finished results. Everybody, you're only paying £17.95 plus 4.95 P&P. Who's not had the breakfast yet? I am starving. Have you had your breakfast, Born Ben? What did you have for breakfast?
I had
Yes.
an egg.
You had an egg? Did you? You had time to make egg and toast?
Well, eggs boiled the night before.
Oh, eggs boiled the night before. That's good. You're on it.
Well, actually, it's not me.
Ash did it for you. Yeah. Oh, you've got the nicest husband in the whole wide world. Oh, how many minutes? Sorry, I'll stop talking about food. OK, 3 minutes. These are cool. I really like these. Gone from 40 quid. OK, one big drop. Are you ready for this? Because we haven't got long. So, oh, look, a double drop. So, £13.99, and we've only got 10 units. £13.99, that is it. 10 people can get hold of this. What is it you're saying? Leonie, what is it? OK, for starters, you've got the light, all right? So what you can do, battery-operated light. But look, you can make this gorgeous garland. You can make that beautiful wreath. Now, the lovely thing with these is you are getting, because it is die cuts with a view, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's die cuts with a view. It means you're getting your full instructions, good instructions, step-by-step instructions with photography. But these are all die cut, so it means they're easy to do. The thing is, with all of these aren't just a one-off kit. I mean, sure, once you've made this, once you've glued it together, that is it. That's your one-off, but you're going to create templates out of these. These are going to inspire you. These are going to give you something that you can do again, time after time, because you've got your full instructions and because you can go around these and make them into templates. Look, you've only got 2 remaining. We do need to do the winner. Quick. OK, £13.99, everybody. What a deal. You're getting the wreath, and it's a big wreath. You're getting the beautiful thingy swag there, and then on that one you're getting the gorgeous lamps, and plus you've got the light as well. OK, Iris, what a lovely name. You have got hold of that one. That is gorgeous. What a lovely spring name, Iris. Thank you ever so much. And now I wasn't that busy today, but I'll have a look what cards I've got as well and send out a card. Oh, Tracy Donardo Cox. That is a fabulous name. Tracy, my homework is going to you. Have we got Tracy's address? We've got Tracy's address, Tracy. I'll find a card as well, and I'll send those goodies out to you. So a bit of homework and a finished card. Tracy, thank you ever so much. Everybody else, thank you ever so much. I know a lot of you joined in with my game. It ran easy one. Oh, the answer is Wednesday, tomorrow. I'm on at 11, see 10. I'm on at 11 and 2 o'clock, and I've got Dark Room Door tomorrow. They're seriously cool, so make sure you join in. But of course, stay tuned to Hochanda. Thank you. what have we got? We've got the mighty jewellery box. Gorgeous, gorgeous show coming up. We've then got Spellbinders, which is beautiful. I've had a look at them and I fancy all of them. And then 13 Arts. I love it.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Paul Church from Clarity Stamp. I've been fortunate enough to turn my hobby into a career and joined Clarity Stamp in January 2016. My background has always been in crafting and I enjoy making things and sharing things. That's what crafting's all about for me, making things and sharing with others, and also learning all the time. At Clarity Stamp we bring you a wide range of products, from stamps, stencils, groovy and pergamano. And the great thing about that is that it covers crafters from all different aspects. So whether you're into stamping, stenciling, parchment craft, we've got it covered at Clarity Stamp. So I hope you can tune in and join the Clarity team on Hochanda.
It is a rare treat, a very, very rare treat indeed, that we get a chance to see this, the firing technique of wonderful silver jewellery being created live on the air this morning, this Tuesday morning at 8 AM if you're watching the show live. Amazing stuff. We are making jewellery, crafting jewellery ourselves, and you'll be able to as well, with over 99% purity of silver. You're looking at practically pure silver jewellery. You mould the clay, you scribe the clay, you cut the clay, you create the clay into whatever it might be, a trinket, a key ring, a pendant, a pair of earrings, a ring, a piece of jewellery in general, a keepsake. And then, using the heat-resistant brick, you fire it off. I'd love to say using a laser, but it's not. It's a butane torch using gas, and you can be firing at home, in the safety and the comfort of your own home, using all the techniques you're going to pick up today from Helen, who's here demonstrating for us, who's just doing the firing technique at the moment. This isn't me doing it, this is me just talking about it next to Helen. And you've got everything you need today, from a starter kit to all the scribing tools, maybe, to personalise items. And good morning, Helen. Lovely to see you again.
Yes, good morning.
It is a rare treat indeed, isn't it? It's not like we're here literally, you know, once every other day here doing this. It's a wonderful craft that anybody watching right now can get into, isn't that right?
Yes. No, it's a really lovely thing to do. So, yes, and lots of new things on the show today. Yeah. So, yes, to keep everybody going.
yeah, well said, actually, because in my head I was thinking about anyone brand new to this all. But of course, if you're returning to the show show with Helen. Of course, lots of brand new items to look forward to and take it further. If you've not met Helen before, Helen, give us a little bit of an introduction to yourself and the items that we're going to be seeing today.
So yes, I discovered silver clay or precious metal clay about sort of nearly 20 years ago now, and started working with it because I came from a sort of beading background, bead stringing, and thought, oh, this is great. It's able to make all these extra bits that were difficult to get in the shops at that time, like clasps and bead caps and spacer beads and things, all that pendant. And then I sort of got hooked on it, and then I started the PMC studio about 16 years ago now. So so we're the distributors for precious metal clay in the UK, and things have come a long way, really. Yes, that's really enjoyable.
It's a wonderful. I mean, it's still, to anybody watching who's never seen it before, it's so innovative to be able to mould this clay. And what's happening is what have we just seen you do there?
So what I've said. So basically, the clay. You know, sometimes people go, "Where's the clay come from?" Well, it isn't actually clay. So what it is they take microscopic fine particles of pure silver powder. They add a non-toxic binder on it, so that's why we've got no special extraction or anything necessary here today. And a little bit of water, so it's pliable, it's malleable, and you can't really be allergic to it, because most people that are allergic to sterling silver tend to be allergic to the alloys in it. So there's absolutely nothing in it. Yes, exactly. So it is totally safe to use, and it is nice that it has an inherent value. You know, silver never goes out of fashion. If you think we've been making jewellery for thousands of years, and somebody earlier when I was setting up was asking, oh, well, do you sell much of my work? And I say, you know what, I never sell any of my work, because you never have enough samples, you know. There's always something that you can do, or something different to make.
I mean, you can if you want, you know, you can definitely make to sell.
Absolutely.
And get a good price for it as well, because it's silver. It's pure silver, you know. Especially if you hallmark it as well. You've got the hallmarking tools that we've seen before on the show. And of course, I've just been holding up a couple of examples of what you can make with these 2 bags of well, examples generally of what you can make. But also these 2 bags of 5 grams worth of clay. 5.6 grams is the actual weight, but that will give you 5 grams of silver, won't it?
Yes, so that basically is the weight of the clay with the binder and the water. Obviously that evaporates and burns off during the firing, and then you're left with 5 grams of silver, which is a very handy guide, because we talked about hallmarking briefly. So by law, if you're going to sell your work, it's 7.78 grams that you need to mark it. But because you know, if you're using something like a whole packet here, that's only 5 grams, so you can still sell it as fine silver without having to go through the expense of having it marked. Although, of course, it is lovely to have your own mark as well.
Now, this, for the hallmarking guarantee from the Assay Office, and there's 4, I think, in the UK, aren't there? That's for 925 sterling silver. But our silver that you're making is even purer, isn't it?
So it's fine silver, So
I'm pointing at the 925 there, but 999 is the fine
highest
silver.
Point,
it's just up there.
Even when we're working with the clay straight out the pack, it's probably about 96% pure silver already. There's very little binder in it.
I mean, just for inspiration, there are so many lovely pieces here of what you can make. And forgive me if you are returning and you just want to have a look at the brand new today. Do jump ahead. If you've never seen Helen before, if you have watched before, then there are probably some new pieces here. So inspirational, Helen. Any favourites that you want to mention?
Oh, well, this one I thought I'd bring in today, and this is where I've set actually diamonds into it. So those are actually diamonds set into the silver clay. And you know, again, you make all these things, and I made these years ago, and they end up in a box, and you think, oh yes, I've still got those.
It's
and they're just really classical.
Like champagne diamonds you've got.
Yes,
I
know. Yes, I did try finding so these are on a prong setting. You know, you can set them straight into the clay, but always better. And then I made the ring to go with it, which it's probably one of the most challenging pieces, because it is actually layer upon layer of these little petals.
So you're putting the leaves or petals in there singly and building them up.
Yes. So this is actually a quite nice example. You know, often you see things that are flat pieces, but here I just dried it into a measuring spoon. So if you've got a plastic spoon in your kitchen, the measuring spoons, which are perfectly round, and you can actually dry your piece in that as well to keep that shape. And once it keeps that shape, it stays in shape during the firing as well.
That is lovely, really nice piece. Then you've made like a hollow-looking pendant here as well.
Yeah, that's my Easter egg.
Around... Oh, wow,
I do an Easter egg hunt every year. I buy loads of little, you know, those little chocolate Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And I hide this one in there. And it's the online Easter egg hunt. You know, you're never too old for an Easter egg hunt.
No, definitely not. No.
So, yes, it has got tiny little gemstones in the flowers there. So, yes. But, you see, this is a good example. We're going to be using the brass texture plate earlier. Now, obviously, when I made this, it was going to be a locket and had hinges on it, but it looked a bit clunky, so I took them off, put the whole thing together. And I used the brass plate on the inside, knowing that afterwards, of course, it's going to go white. Now, I wouldn't be able to get to it to polish. So you can just see that the brass plates are just really handy for adding that little bit of texture to it.
So, yeah, I mean, talking about polishing then, Helen, your piece that you've just fired there is still looking a bit sort of matte
white,
and chalky.
So we talked about the white earlier. So the reason it's white, let me see now, we've just fired this. So what I do is I tend to have a bowl of water and I do quench. So anything that does not have glass or ceramics or gemstones in it can just be quenched in the water. Obviously, if you've got a gemstone in it, and we do have the fireproof gemstones, you don't want to shock them. So I've just put this in the water. The reason it's white, there's no residue on it. People say, oh, I've got to get the white powder off. It's just white because it's an uneven textured surface. And all I'm doing basically by brushing it is to smooth the surface, and that gives you that shiny effect. Now, see, the rubber block here doesn't help, so it's making it a little bit... cleaning the rubber block with it, really. Let me just get some...
But the rubber block is a useful piece of kit, and just raising and
as you can see, you know, I use the hand drill a lot. There's got loads of holes in it, so...
Yeah, the drills there, that's on the show as well, the hand drill set, with all the bits and bobs.
So there you go, so that's a bit easier to see. And then for high shine finish, you just continue with the agate burnisher, and that really brings it up. So you can see that the agate is just a natural gemstone. It's harder than metal, so just be careful. So use it as if you're colouring in rather than just using the tip on it. Because if you scratch it, you're not going to get the scratches out. But it's a good way that, you know, to finish. But you can see that lovely shine. And also very good for the size of your pieces.
There very well might be tools that you're seeing today that you've not seen on one of Helen's shows before, or maybe if you haven't seen Helen for a little while, like the agate burnisher here. It's a brilliant piece of kit.
This is quite a new one, and it's a nice small one. We used to have the longer ones, but this is actually a really nice one. So we've only just had this in on the last show for the first time.
Okay, so those who might have missed that. It's a month or so ago when we last saw you, Helen. So we don't see Helen very often. So if there is something that you want to get hold of today, or if you want to start this craft from scratch, it's a very, very good time to do it.
Yeah, we've really fine-tuned over the last couple of years to get all those, just those tools that you need, really.
Do you know, I'm thinking that there's probably lots of people tuning back in to see you, Helen, but if you are just tuning in for the very, very first starter kit, then here's the sort of things that you'll need. You'll need the clay to get going. £22.49 gets you 2 bags of the 5 grams worth of clay. It's actually 5.6 grams because you've got the binder and the water content in there, but that gives you 10 grams worth. It's a lot at the end of the day. That's a lot of jewellery that you'll be making, a lot of trinkets, phone charms, things like that. 969340 to order, and that's from the Precious Metal Company as well, PMC. Precious Metal Clay, rather, Precious Metal PMC. 137208 is your item number to find the butane gas torch and the firing block. You can buy the butane or gas to go inside that quite easily on the high street in one of those shops where things cost roughly 100 pence. 1574 it is, including postage, to get that with a Freedom membership. 137208. So you need your clay, you'll need your butane torch, and you need your firing brick. And then there's the polishing kit. That's the agate burnisher that you've just seen. That's your rubber block that just raises and focuses your piece. And then you've got your silver polishing cloth that's been infused. It's special for polishing silver. And then you've got your brush as well, the brass brush. So 813073 your item number. That's your basics if you're brand new to all of this. I'm very jealous if you're watching for the first time and this is all new. This is so cool. But if you are returning, you've got the basics. This is a new today then, Helen. Tell us about this.
Oh, I love these. I love clay shaping tools, and these are just a really great set. So you've got all the different tips to it. And when you start working with them, you think, gosh, these are so useful. And what I do is I use them wet. I just dip them in a bit of water, but it means you can, you know, take things out of your cutter when they've got a bit stuck without leaving a mark. You can join bits together. You can get into all those little fiddly bits. We're going to be using the snake roller today to make some bales, so it's great to get inside that bale to join it. They're just a super handy little tools that just last forever. And you've got every conceivable shape there.
Yeah, they're brilliant. As long as you look after them,
yeah.
they'll last a long time, like you say, Helen, as well. So, you know, you've got the tips there, the chisel tip, the angled chisel, sort of lipstick style tip well there, so one side slanted chisel. So all of your scribing tools there, or your clay shapers, sorry, should I say, because you've got your scribing tools later. Already a quarter of the stock gone here, so just show you the regular viewers that tune in to see you on a sort of monthly
I cannot live without this. And what I really love about this silicone tip is just that you've got that right level of firmness. There's also another tip which is a bit too soft and you end up sort of wobbling all over the place. But this one is just the right sort of thickness. And it's also great when you've made a little bit of a mess out of your texture. You can actually carve things back in, inscribe it straight into your texture, or when you're joining rings. It's just endless.
Have you used them on this down here? This
I'll use them on every single piece here.
Oh, okay then. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so it's literally in everything.
Yes, they're always in my pot. No, I've used them. I can honestly say I've used them on every single item in this show.
Okay, look at me saying, yeah, she's not lying.
Yes.
Literally every single item then.
Yes,
So you're using these tools. So grab them, $12.99. You'll wonder how you did without them. $12.99 plus delivery to get them. Quarter of the stock gone already on those. And then the texture mats, then, Helen. We've got two options here.
I practice all the texture mats, and here are some that we've got sort of on a great deal. So texture mats, you know, you get a lot of textures. Sometimes they're just a bit too light, so you don't get enough of a transfer. But these are just a really nice texture. I've used that one also for rings. So don't think, oh, I'm just going to replicate these textures. When you're doing a ring strip or something, you run it across it. And you'll see it changes time and time again, especially like Splat, which is the top one here. It's also great for enamelling later on. You'll find that you can do loads of things. I've used the leaf one, actually, to make a man's ring, and it just looks like a sort of a carved ring. It just doesn't show the actual leaf pattern itself.
Yeah, and there's this fish as well.
Yes,
there is a cutter for this fish too, but you've used one of them.
The texture mat on here is the dancing dots one, and again, it looked a bit like fish scales. If you look at that on the mat itself, you think, oh, it's a bit floral, but it actually worked quite well on the fish. So yes, and they're just at right depth because we're going to be using spacers and rollers, so you don't want to use too much clay, but you want to have enough that you get that nice depth of texture, which is exactly what these mats are all about.
Let's take us through the two sets then, because you've got two sets of three. You've got the swirl and the lace that we're looking at already, and that's the foliage on the top this way. There you go. There's the foliage.
I use all of these, to be honest. I've probably had these mats for 10 years or so, and they just last and last. You just use them with a little bit of badger balm to do, but you don't have to wash them or dry them or do anything. Just keep them in a box in a dark place because they are rubber. But yes, as I said, it's got that lovely length that you can do big pieces with it.
And then you've got the second set of three as well. Quite handily, they've got the names on there.
Splat, which is a great one.
Exclamation mark, Splat. And then that comes with two more. That comes with the dancing dots just over here, and then the vibe as well. They're just really fun things to do, and they go on. You know, whether you're using geometric shapes or naturals, they sort of go with everything, really. You'll be using all of them. Use them across the crafts as well, so, you know...
Yes, you can. I suppose you can, you know,
hot glues if you want to.
Yes.
Oh, gosh, no, don't put your inks on there. No, I was thinking just moulding things.
OK, yes.
Like
you know, polymer clay,
yes,
because it's got a great texture in it,
Yeah. Now, I've got my inky stamps at home. You've got your inky stamps at home, don't you? Try and keep it pure. So 698401 to get your texture mats. There are two different choices, same item number. And then next up, we've got the lovely creative kit here.
Yes, this is an updated version. So last time we did the creative kit and we had slightly different things in it. This time I thought, you know what, we'll put the snake roller in it. Again, I use the snake roller a lot for everything because, as you can see, all the coils, you can do coils, bales, loops. And the great thing about the snake roller, they are especially cut to the size of my hand. So, but they're also got beveled edges on it, so they fit really nicely. You can see exactly when you're rolling the coil, you can angle the coil. That's also the advantage of having the clear acrylic, and all made in the UK, which is nice. So yes, and then we've got a new brass plate that we've not featured on the show before, and that's just a really nice flowers in the sand, I think that one is. Yeah, and it just shows you, I use that on the back of pieces, so it saves you doing lots of sanding. You know, of course you can recycle everything, but it's just nice to have a bit of texture on that.
So there's the front of your pendant, and then just the back to give it a bit of a finish. You know, so it's not just smooth, or you're stuck there.
And it doesn't add to extra clay, so you don't have to calculate the extra clay in when you're rolling out.
Of course, of course. So you're getting everything here. You're getting your mat as well, £24.99 plus delivery to order, and you can get it on the phone or the web, 181661 to order now. We've got cutters, we've got scribing tools as well when you're personalising things, adding lettering. But have a look at the website for literally everything on hochanda.com. You'll be able to see on there your moulds, your scribing tools, your hallmarking punch as well. That's so cool to get that, because you're making pure silver, or practically pure silver, 999 purity. So you can get your hallmarking punch. I know how busy that's been on previous shows. Then you've got your butane gas torch as well. You'll need to fill that yourself, so buy your gas on the high street somewhere, because obviously that's not going to come through the post, is it? What's in the envelope? Gas. No, it's not going to be posted to you. You'll buy the gas to put inside the torch, and you've got your clay as well, your silver clay. You can buy the big bag if you want. I'll keep you going for a long time, 16 grams worth, but you could get the 2 bags of 5 grams worth as well. So yeah, high value clay that, because it is of course pure silver that you're making. So yeah, Helen, you've got some clay ready to go.
Yes, and so yes, I've just put some of this the Badger Balm, which is in one of the other kits, on my hands. So the Badger Balm, it's an olive oil based cream, but forget you're mixing something into the clay, so you want to, anything that you're going to use, you want to make sure that it's not going to affect the firing during the clay. So you're going to mix it in. You don't want your bits to fall apart, and obviously, so don't use anything like Vaseline or anything like that at all.
No. But this is in your extra kit. It's the essentials kit, I think we called it.
Yeah, that's really good. And I've just got this clay out the pack. Now, anybody watched last show? So this, I did the show a month ago. So this clay has been in this packet since the last show. This was my demo clay from the last show, and it is still perfect.
Oh, that's nice to
know. I haven't done anything else to it. But normally, I would recommend maybe put a little bit of damp kitchen foil in it.
Right, yeah.
And then today we've got
kitchen roll, would you do damp kitchen roll?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes,
no, just to check, I'm not being pedantic, but yeah, damp kitchen roll or something.
It's a bit of wet tissue or something, or sponge. So
did you have it wrapped in a little bit of plastic?
Yeah, so it comes, the clay comes into here. So normally I would just put a little bit of water in it and just wrap it in. And that's the great thing about these pouches. They are fully resealable. Mitsubishi spend a lot of money on these pouches, you know. They cost several pounds each to produce.
Right.
So, but it means that you can always keep your clay in here. You don't need to buy any special pot or rehydration equipment. Just keep your clay in, and that just proves it, to be honest.
Great design. Peel it off there and then reseal it. Nice.
Yeah, and you just keep things in it. So today we've got this new little mould, the Celebrations ones, and it's got lots of little patterns on it. Now, here I've done one which was a different one, which was the hat, for instance. So you've got you know, got Easter bonnets coming up, but you know, you can also use these as little creative elements. So, for instance, when the brooches that we've done earlier, which are about somewhere, you can just make the little flowers on it, or you can add it as a bit of interest to another piece. So don't think of, I'm going to actually replicate that as such.
Yeah, you're then piecing something together. You're taking elements and piecing them
like
together.
the shoes or something. So the first time you're going to use, because these are quite new, I don't use Badger Balm on them anymore because I've used them so much. But to start off with, the first couple of times, just put a little bit of Badger Balm in. And the thing that you're going to do...
We put our clay back, didn't we?
Work our way into the packet.
We did have it out ready to go.
I know, it doesn't look so. So you're going to... So now you always use far less clay than you think to do. As I said, when I take my clay out the pack, I use it in the palms of my hands. It gets rid of all the little creases in it. And then you're going to put it into the mould, and you're literally going to press it around the mould. So you move it around. But as you can see, I'm underfilling the mould. Rather than putting more clay in it and then having to cut off the excess, this way you also get the right amount of clay and you get a nice smooth back on it. So keep the clay within there. And how much you put into the mould determines how chunky the piece is. So, for instance, this is a pendant I would make on its own. As you can see, lovely, lovely detail on that. It's stunning. So this one I could do with my other little Easter bonnet. I could just drill a little hole into it, and that would make a little pendant.
Yeah.
That, for instance, you could just take the rose, add the rose onto it. You could put a little flower on the Easter bonnet. Or you can just, I'm just going to use another bit. So if I use the little flower, you could, by amount of clay that you put into the mould, you get different size flowers, if you see what I mean. So some will be much thinner, and they will look very differently. See if I can quickly demo it. So here, I've barely put half the clay, and it's probably fine. It's about half a gram.
But you've got
of
away
clay.
with it though. So you've made a very delicate flower,
So
but you've still got the detail
yeah,
from the front.
Gorgeous
as well.
detail there.
Yeah, so that's a really good tip. Do not overfill that mould.
No,
Unless you desperately want to or need to for a chunky piece. You know, less is definitely more in this case.
So here I've done another one, but you see...
So you've put quite a lot in there now, haven't you?
So how... You see, this one's got more clay in it, but that means you can create different depths and textures using exactly the same mould and a different effect. So you could join these together if you wanted to do a clip or something, just using the same mould.
Oh, that's lovely to get two, and then, you've got like a hair clip or something.
You know what, they make lovely little stud earrings, wouldn't they?
Oh, they
very
would. Perfect,
cute.
perfect sort of size.
Yeah,
so,
lovely.
So make a post and fuse the post on.
Yes,
quite
or you
easily.
could just, you know, today now you can get those ready-made earring backs, you know, and you can just put them straight on, to be honest.
That's a really good idea. So, you just glue that on or fix that on somehow.
Or even, you know, if you go make a little ring, it'd make a cute little ring top, you know. It's really versatile what you can... Not the best model hands, but...
Yeah, stop it, Helen. Yeah, it's softer than mine. Mine are a bit cracked. But,
I know, I think everybody's been mowing the lawn at the weekend, isn't it? It's like, good weather, quick, get out there.
Yeah, exactly. This is a really good mould, actually. Really good. I mean, just in terms of the number of elements in there. And being able to get everything out easily.
The good thing that you're looking for a mould is that you've got enough detail on it. The items are quite small, so you're actually using very little clay. So you could even do the little dress. And I had somebody who made the little dress, and she used a syringe and made a little coat hanger. And that made a really cute pendant. So it goes a long way. So literally you press the clay in, take it straight out. If you don't like it, use it again. But yes, I think you're going to get a lot of use out of that.
No, you would do. Lots of elements. You can start to collage and build pieces.
Yeah, I love little teacups.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really nice mould, this, with the different imagery that you've got in it and the usability. Lovely and flexible, so easy to get in and out. Over a quarter of the stock gone, though, because it is a popular one. We don't see Helen often enough in many ways, so we're not seeing you for another 2 months, I think, after this.
That's true. Yeah, there won't be. This one won't be there then. That's just literally.
So for sure, to grab hold of it,
it's something else.
£14.99 plus delivery to order. It's 950524 to
so
order.
here's
And Helen, you always like to bring in new things as well.
I do.
Grab the mould while we've got it
look,
today.
that's lovely. Isn't that little teacup? It's just so gorgeous.
I can't get over the detail.
The detail is phenomenal, yes.
But the detail of the mould and the detail that you can get across using the clay.
This clay picks it up really, really well. And with the flex, it's so versatile. But the detail, doesn't it?
Let me...
I think the camera's picked it up quite well.
I'm going to spin that round. Just so that you've got it. I know
you can
if
see
I was
the
watching
size. This is 1 centimetre.
There we go. So you've got your mat as well, haven't you? So you can measure. But there we go. There's our little teacup.
Very cute.
It's really cute. I still can't get over the detail on that mould, honestly. What you're getting from the mould, but also the quality of the clay, in the sense that that detail will then transpose into the silver.
There are other base metal clays, but you don't get that detail. You don't.
This is silver clay. This is real silver, by the way, if you're watching thinking, what's going on here? It's a binder. It's a little bit of water content in there to help it be mouldable, and you're getting clay, which is going to then become silver. For example, can I show you these earrings again? I'm sorry to show you the same thing again and again, but we have already seen them at the start. But these are amazing, with precious real diamonds. Like, you might want to call them cognac diamonds, champagne diamonds, natural yellow diamonds in there. Amazing quality of jewellery. So they've been claw set. You could bezel set them if you want to, or press them into the silver.
Or you can now, the gemstones that we have, you can just press them straight into the silver, and you can torch fire them as well. So,
because you've got heat resistant stones that you can add to your order today. But yeah, lovely silver work on those, and that's thanks to the clay. Did you say that you can buy settings and posts, but are they silver then? Those
those are just actually that's soldered on. Those are hooks. But,
they are. Okay,
but you know, there's lots of earring wires and things, and you can just attach things with the jump ring.
Yeah, may I? Is that no? Pierced it.
I don't know. But it's
right.
There's so many findings now. It's really much easier now recently.
Yeah.
So right, so we'll just go on the brass plate.
Oh yeah, this is available.
So this is the brass plate that we've got. Again, use a little bit of badger balm for the release agent on it. Now what I've done is, while we've been talking, is I've put a little bit of water in the lid of my badger balm. So this is a really handy tip, just to keep the clay from drying out. So that's quite handy. So I'm going to put the clay on the brass plate. And then we've got
your spaces.
Yeah, it's my space. Yeah. So remember to put spaces on the brass plate, not next to it. Everybody makes that mistake, and you think, why is my clay so thin? So yes, take it down to there.
Oh yes, because they are, the depth of those is specific.
Yeah. So there we go. I'm just going to roll them out, and then you just roll it to the shape of the cutter. So here we've got our lovely
these smaller ones,
triangle cutters. And what I did for the demo for the beady-eyed people is that you can also cut these down and make bales and things out of them, so you not necessarily have to turn them into a triangle. So I'll just show you. I saw dancing dots on the fish. So I'm just going to use the foliage. So again, you put a little bit of badger balm on it.
Now, some of the texture mats that we're using.
So you can either press down, or if you're starting out, it's probably easier just to roll down a little bit. And then you can see, so always texture first. Sorry, I'm waving it about. You can see the great texture in here on the front.
Yeah.
And when you turn it over, again, you can see
you've got that
hint of texture on the back.
Yeah, just let us have a look at that there, Helen. Yes, so you've got that gentle texture on the back.
Yeah, with a sand effect.
So potentially it covers a multitude of sins, or it can give you that option for the back that just makes the back as pretty as the front. So the brass plate gives you texture, whereas the texture mat gives you more of that detailed texture.
So because you want the core of your piece to be 1 millimetre plus the depth of your texture on the front and the back. So this way you're using the minimal amount of clay, but you're getting the maximum depth of the texture on the front of your piece. And then you can leave it like this shape. You don't have to cut it out, or you can just turn it into, see which bit you like. So then you take it off the brass plate onto your Teflon or your worksheet, press it down, give it a bit of a wiggle to lift it, and then here we go, just take the excess.
Also available on the show. You get your 9 cutters, you get your 4 squares, 5 triangles as well from PMC. That's precious metal clay. PMC, and the price is $13.99 for your cutters.
Yeah, so let me just do another bit.
So did you say something about bales as well? So the bale is the top of your pendant where you put the chain through.
Quickly make another piece then.
Did you say about using the triangles to make bales?
Yes, you can do. So I'll just go back onto here.
Interested to see how you do that. If you want to.
Yes. So here I probably use a slightly lighter texture. So what you can do then is you can I'll probably take a slightly bigger piece. And then
all of this is rescuable and reusable.
Absolutely, yes. I don't make any paste at all. That's why I had to quickly make some this morning. So you've got this shape, and then here we go. I've got my so you can just literally
notice how Helen put her clay underneath the lid of the badger balm as well to keep it moisture.
So see, you can just put it on this, and then you can put your piece on there. So you can make a different shape bale as such. And then you can do different combinations where you've got them overlapping each other.
Okay.
Or we've got them there where you've got 2 little squares.
Here's that one.
joined together at the top.
Yeah, or you've got a loop on this particular one.
Yeah, I
where
can do
you've
that.
just
That's with the snake roller. I can do that next.
loop that over. So there's two different styles of bail where you'd be putting your chain through. It's all sort of second level stuff where you're thinking, okay, I've made my pendant now. Now how do I wear it? You know, where am I going to put the
always
chain?
think which way it's going to hang. So here's my trusty snake roller. So again, you're literally rolling it down. That's the great thing about this snake. You can see exactly what you're doing. When you've got to this point, you actually need very little clay. Just take the excess clay away, put it back, so that you're not overworking the clay. That's why I can keep this clay open for months.
Okay, so take away what you're not necessarily using.
Yeah, and if you think how many demo pieces I've made with this poor little abused piece of clay.
Yeah.
So here we go. So you can see exactly what it is.
You've reworked the clay, so an important point that. You've worked it, reworked it, worked it again.
Absolutely.
And it's sort of demo clay.
And then a trick is here, because it's a piece of clay, it's starting.
That rectangular thing we just used was the snake roller, as you say, as well.
Yep.
That's in the roller set with the spacers and the actual roller itself.
Yep. And then what you do is you literally make it a little bit wet, stops it getting coiled, and then you can just hang it over your little straw and attach it to your piece. So if I was making this, I could just take my lovely clay shaper set. Now again, you've seen here, you've got all the different tips, so you can, if I'm just going to do it
these
for them.
clay shapers, you'll wonder how you lived without them.
Oh, gosh,
every piece made using these. 40% of the stock gone on the clay shapers at the moment. Details on the left-hand side, 139340, and they're $12.99 for all of your shapers. You're actually getting a selection of 5 in there, all different.
Yeah, I don't think there are any different. So you can just put this together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then you leave the straw in place until the piece is dry, and then once the clay is dry, you can just remove it, and then you can fill and fire it. So
the clay does shrink ever so slightly, doesn't it?
It does. It shrinks 10%.
How do I get my straw away? But once it's dry, you gently take it away.
Yeah, you can just pull this out.
Yeah.
Now, again, I did this earlier, as I said, I don't make any paste, so I had a rummage around this morning to try and find some quickly. So basically, this is all the filings and bits left over. So here I've got a dried bit that was stuck on the ring. I can put that in there with just a little bit of water, and that's what you use basically to join pieces or fill little pieces together. So, you know, nothing is ever wasted. Yeah. So even a little blob on there can go straight in there.
So you're using your clay as a binder, as a paste, as a glue to fix things together, and it's still the silver clay and it's all working. That's why it's working.
Yeah, so nothing. So this clay's never beyond work. It's like here, this was the little fern from my garden again, where I've just put a bale onto it. Yeah. So this morning, my ferns in my garden weren't looking so great this morning, but so here, so that's the fern, and then all you do is literally put the paste. If you're going to make little earrings, I know my hand's looking terrible. If you're going to make little earrings, because you're going to torch fire it. So technically, we say to people, don't torch fire organics because you're going to burn off the leaf and you don't want to have a little bonfire on your kitchen table. But if you're going to do something small, technically it's possible. So you could just take a piece of this, and then you just take the back of the paste and you paint the back of the leaf, and you do a few coats of that. So you probably do about, I don't know, 4 coats or something, because it's not going to be a big piece. You don't need to do many. So then you leave it to dry and put another coat on, and then when you torch fire it, the leaf burns away, and that becomes the front of it.
It's amazing. Oh, Helen, thank you so much for everything you've shown us so far. This is absolutely superb. It just shows you can use your moulds that you're getting today, you can use your texture mats, you can use your own imagination, you can use your personalisation using scribing tools, you can use bits from the garden and the home as well. We love it. Details are on your screen at the moment. You get your spacer, so this is the brass plate to add your texture. You've got your mat, you've got your actual roller with your spacers, and your snake roller, which is the rectangular piece there. That's 181661 to order that set today. 181661. The mould is really nice, but it's limited stock. So, you know, when Helen brings nice things like this on a show, it's the time to get it. It's not like, oh, did you get this last month when she was... No, this is it. This is your chance to get it now on the mould, and we won't necessarily be here with it in a couple of months' time. So do grab that now. It's limited stock. If you're new, you've got the Essentials set, and the Essentials set comes with your mat there. With your mat, you've got the angles and the the grids that you can see, the different sizes and shapes you're making. You've got your Teflon mat, as well as your Badger Balm as well. And then you've got your sandpaper for just smoothing off, and then your brush as well. And you've got that shaper. So it's one shaper tool and one brush. So it's a good little set that for, you saw Helen there using the paste that she'd made. So just a watery clay. And that's when you'd get your brush and you'd just paint on and fuse pieces together as well. It's inspirational, isn't it? And it's funny hearing Helen. What struck you about Helen? There's lots that Helen said today, but there's one thing that stuck with me, and it might be the same thing as you're thinking of, but it was when Helen said, people ask me this morning, and they ask me regularly, do I sell my pieces? And she said, no, I've never sold the pieces. I just couldn't bring myself to. You know, making samples, making gifts for people is what Helen's all about. But does that stop you from making to sell? Potentially not. And you'd be amazed sometimes at what people will pay you for silver jewellery. You know, it's a high value thing that you're buying in the first place anyway, in the clay. It's $22.49 for 10 grams worth of silver that you're getting, which is very good value to consider. 10 grams of silver for $22.49. It's amazing. 969340. And then you can get the bigger bag. That's 16 grams worth of silver, and the 0.7 is the fact that it's got the water content and binder in there before you make it, but it'll make 16 grams of silver for $31.99. But imagine making something using texture of something at home. So a tree that you absolutely love, it might just be a teeny tiny impression from the bark of that tree, but it's enough to know that you've taken an impression of that tree bark and you've made it into a silver piece of jewellery. Or a favourite tree, maybe a leaf from a favourite tree, potentially. Or just something that you're looking at home and thinking, do you know what, I really like the feel of that, the texture of that. And you're making something to absolutely keep. What do we all watch usually on a Sunday afternoon when we're not watching Hochanda? It's a very popular antiques programme on a main channel on the telly, and we see things on there made from silver, and they get their little eyeglasses out and they look at the hallmark, and you're looking at pieces that were made, you know, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago and more. So when you're making something from your silver clay, you are making something for literally potentially centuries of enjoyment and down the line and remembrance. And anything that you want to save, upcycle, rescue, make as a centrepiece, all those things you don't quite know what to do with, you can build into this sort of a hobby and real creative pastime as well. You know, a hobby's a wonderful thing and it's a great word, but yeah, so much more than that. You know, when you're making something for many centuries of enjoyment, making something for a gift or a special occasion for somebody. And the thing is, anyone can do it. You can do it, I can do it, Helen can do it as well. If you want to hallmark something, what you're making is you're making pure silver jewellery here, or pure silver charms or trinkets, and this will stamp it with a 999, and that's because it's 99.9% pure silver. If you're buying Britannia silver in a shop, you'll notice it says 950 on it, and if you're buying sterling silver in a shop or a beautiful market, you'll look at the hallmark and it will say 925 because it's 92.5% pure. You're making 99.9% pure silver using your clay. So, Helen, what do we have here in this set? 'Cause I think this is another new today, isn't it?
I think I've touched on it before because we did the fingerprinting before. So these are a ball styler set, and I know I was doing the description for the show. Now, technically, we call them inscribing tools because you know you can inscribe your name in it or a date. And the great thing about all of the PMC that we've got on the show is that once the PMC is dry, you can write on it with pencil. So you can write write the name or the date so you can have that practice. You're not going straight into the wet clay. And then you just carve over it. Now, as you can see, they've got little ball ends on the end of it. So what you're doing is, the PMC is very clever in that it has a bit of cushioning effect. So what you're doing is you're pressing into the clay rather than scratching into the clay, which gives you a really nice written finish. But I find, again, it's a bit like the clay shape. Once you've got them, you can make little dimples into things. You can, you know, join things together. They're just a really handy little tool set. So there, you know, it's quite a fine line. And then the other one is, yes, there's another one there.
There's
with
a fingerprint.
Catherine, that's my daughter. Yes. It's poor kids that have to get use them up for. So yeah, so that's quite nice. So, you know, it just makes something. The great thing about PMC is that you can make really, truly personal items. Even if I made the same thing again, it's never quite the same. It's like you were saying earlier, you know, I never sell my work. You know, sometimes my mum, I made a little frog ring and it was so cute. And my mum, of course, has got the same size thing. She goes, oh, I'll have that ring. So I thought, oh, gosh, I'll have to, you know, I never really give much away. So I had to make another one.
You know,
and it wasn't the same. And it was the same mould and it was the same ring and it was the same pattern. But
so it truly is. Before you even personalise it, for real, personalise it with the words or letters or a date. It literally is personal, whatever it might be.
It is, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Love it. Look, I think to us, this is a new configuration or whatever it might be. We've touched on this before with scribing and with fingerprinting and everything, but this configuration here, brand new today, apparently for £12.99 plus delivery, and you're getting all 4 tools, and it's 438680 to order now. We also have our cutters, and this is the triangles and the squares as well. Reminds me of my daughter's Key Stage 1 thing that she was looking at, and I got a couple of the questions wrong last night. It was unbelievable. So I was just looking in the wrong place on the sheet. I was just looking at, it's not my fault, it's the people that set the exam. 292935 is your item number, so if you want to get that lovely collection of hexagons, triangles and squares, then go for it. You've got your daisy cutters as well, and when you're dealing with something this detailed, they're so lovely. Imagine shaping the clay once you've cut them in this shape. It's lovely to get the curves. 844905, and they're £4 off. Oh, and you cheeky, you've already found the brooch making kit. You can make 2 brooches with this, and that's £5.91 off. It's a special price, £14.99. You'll be able to make 2 brooches using that set, 147606. And the thing is, with that brooch making kit, you know, you can take elements from this or any mould, can't you, and start to place them along. Have you got one, actually?
Put them.
Yeah, I could see you looking for something there, Helen. We've put. Well, I did see a brooch this morning. Don't know what we've done with it.
Here they are.
We've seen some. Have you got one? Oh, they're on the very end. Do you know where we were having that chat just now? I thought I'd seen them.
Sorry, it's probably not very good for the camera.
No, it's good. It's good.
So here, I used the owl, and then there was another brooch I made.
It's really heavyweight. It's really cool.
And then here, see, these are all separate little elements. Actually, that might be the flower from the actual mould, actually. So you can see all the little leaves and things joined together. Yeah. So those leaves on the owl are from the foliage mat. I just cut them out. It just shows you don't actually have to take that pattern.
So that is not even a mould, it's a mat?
No, it's all little components. Yeah, so there are 2 little bits of the moulded leaves, and then the owl, and then the gemstones are separate settings. Yeah, you see?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, brilliant. And then you've got this as well, this mould, you might make elements and put them on your brooches.
Yeah, like
just show
flowers.
your brooch from the back, that's what they look like. So you'll be making 2 brooches.
Yeah.
With the brooch making kit for £14.99. It's on a good price today. Special price saving £5.91. So 147606. So we've got about 12 minutes left, Helen. Is that okay with you?
Okay. So yes, I wanted to say about the cutters. Everybody thinks, oh, the cutters are quite big. I'm going to be using a lot of clay. But don't forget, when you get the whole set, if you go 1 down, or 2 down in this case, you can roll out the clay. So you take your big pack of clay, roll it out, so you get the rolling distance, and then you can cut the centre out. And then, of course, then if you've got 2 of those, you can make a pair of earrings. So you can really make your clay go quite a long way. I'll quickly go back onto the hand drill.
We haven't really looked at that. You've mentioned it.
I mentioned it, yeah, because it's such a great tool. It's like, the one. So now it comes. So you've got all the different filing tools. So once we've used the wet clay, so once the clay is wet, Obviously, you let it dry and then you file it. So the way this works...
It comes with all these attachments.
Yes, because some people go, how do I turn it on? No, you don't turn it on. It's manual labour. So, and then you literally close that collet and you see you've got some lovely diamond files that will just last a lifetime. You never need to replace this again. You know, you can also use it to sand inside of holes. So you've got the 4 different settings. And later on, what this one is for, anyone who knows the bead reamer, is you can drill into your dry clay and you can do a dry stone setting with your gemstones. So versatile. And then inside here, stop them getting lost.
This is great, it's all in there.
This is all rolling down, are the little drill bits. So we talked earlier about the 10% shrinkage. So you've got the big one for your pendants, and then you've got smaller ones here for your earrings.
So knowing that you're making that hole when it's wet, but it's going to dry.
Yep, your hole's going to shrink too.
As well. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's very, very simple. Again, I'll just show quickly with the piece. You might have time to fire. So put it in here. You take your dried piece and you can mark it up with pencil. As I said earlier, it will just burn off. And then you literally just put it on there. And it's no pressure. As you can see, the clay just makes its own hole and you're through it already. That's how quick it is.
And that's dried clay.
Yeah,
so you've moulded it, you've shaped it, you've put your whatever texture you want on it. In this case, maybe not, but you could have done. And then it's ready to be burned, ready to be fired, but you're putting that hole in.
And the nice thing about it is if you've got the hole here, is that you can move the hole towards the inside. So you want your hole to be about sort of 1 to 2 mil from the edge, not too close. But it just makes a really nice, neat hole. Rather than trying to use a toothpick, you're always going to get that displacement of the clay. It's nice, you get a nice, clean hole. So here we go. So you can make it bigger if you wanted to. But right, did you want me to fire this quickly?
Yeah, go on then, Helen. Yeah, just in case if anyone has, I mean, I guess if we've got time. Yeah, we have. We've got about 9 or so minutes. But yeah, if you missed it at the beginning, we started off by firing. So if you're just tuning in now, it's nice that we can sort of bookend the day, or bookend the show rather. If I move it this way, Helen, just
on
there.
The camera.
Just there for no apparent reason.
It's like this. No matter what craft you do, everybody has the same. You never have enough space, do you? Really, you always run out of space.
By the way, you get the heat-resistant brick and the butane torch. You fill that at home yourself with your butane. It's quite easy.
Yes, it's very easy. So I'll just quickly show you. So the normal gas. It comes with all these special attachments in the lid. Forget about those. Just use the one that it comes with the can, and then you literally turn it upside down. There's a hole in the base. I tend to keep my base on. I don't know, I have a funny thing about having the base on. And then you literally just press it down into it, and you can hear the gas going into it, and you'll also feel the base of the torch getting cold. So it's very, very simple, and that's it.
And then the rest of that liquid just evaporates.
Yes, I know. I didn't know. You know, when you don't smoke, you're not used to using lighter fuel gas.
No,
so it's like, where do you buy it? You know.
Yeah,
so,
but it's very easy.
Yeah, it's a hardware shop or a cigarette counter. But
what's the other one as well? Those pound shops as well.
Supermarket sort of thing. But it depends. Some parts of the country it's quite hard to get hold of now. So yes. So you just need to time it for 2 minutes, but I'll just quickly talk you through the process. If we can just turn the lights down a little. Now, obviously, I know this is completely dry. Very, very important that your piece is dry. If there's pockets of water in it, your piece will explode, which is not really good. So there used to be the mirror test that you could put the old types of silver clay onto it and you can see the condensation. That doesn't work anymore. Right. This is special moisture retaining clay, so it will still be wet in the middle. So leave it for a few days on a warm radiator. Now this is the first part of the process. As you can see, that's the binder burning off, and that's why I said earlier don't do big leaves, because you've got the leaf burning off and the binder. Now you're getting to the next point where all the dirt's burning off, all that badger balm, all those sort of things are burning off. And then the next stage is going to be, I don't know if you can see the sides, if I gently move this.
Don't worry if we're
you
not.
Can see the sides. It will actually start to curl. So this is where it starts to shrink. And if your piece is curled, and you say, oh, it's curled, it's because you haven't started the firing process. So only now, when it gets that pale orange glow,
you can see that now.
This is where you start your timer. This is where you start your minimum 2 minutes.
Do you want me to time 2 minutes?
Yeah, you can do 2 minutes. You can do longer. You can do as far here for 2 days if you really want to. And again, yep, so you can fire it as many times as you want. You can fire it as long as you want. The minimum is that you don't. If you go any higher, then you start to melt it. I can do it on another bit. Then you've melted it. So don't let it get to red. You're going for that pale orange glow that you can see here. And all you're doing, I know I'm probably looks a bit wild, but you're just maintaining that heat. So you're just maintaining the whole of the piece, and that's why we say you want to fire something the size and thickness of a 50p piece. Okay. Because simply anything bigger, you're not going to maintain the heat over it all. Now you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it on, because we've got a head-on shot, it's now flattened out.
Okay.
So
would you like to maybe see it from the side view? We've got a side view, Helen. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry. These blocks stay cool. I wouldn't be.
So you're moving the block as well, but we've got a side view as well.
You can see it's gone flat.
Just a time check as well. We're about halfway through your 2 minutes. That's 1 minute and 10 seconds so far. 1 minute and 10 seconds.
And
just
now,
the second lap.
You see, now I actually make things pretty much to actual size, because I can't really see the shrinkage. I don't account for that extra 10% shrinkage. If you're firing in a kiln, so anybody who's got a kiln, so if you're making 3-dimensional pieces or using glass or ceramics, you can fire it in a kiln, and you can fire with other things as well. So anybody who does porcelain or ceramics or is doing a glaze firing can fire the PMC with it. And I know some people with their glass kilns are saying, oh, I don't want silver clay in my kiln. This does not transfer onto the glass into your kiln, so don't worry about contamination.
So 5 seconds. 5 seconds here, Helen. 3, 2. Well, the studio audience is getting involved as well. 1, 0. There we go. That's 2 minutes now.
Yes, that's 2 minutes.
2 minutes. We can turn our laser off. So it's not a laser, don't worry. It's just a hot gas torch.
A torch. And then here we go. So we've got, this is very hot. Now you can leave it to air cool. I don't, because you know it's like you're going to touch it and you're going to burn your finger.
Don't do that.
So if you put it into the water, you water, then you've got. And this was the bit that we did on the last show. Anybody that watched the last show, this was the bit where I used the, it was Valentine's confetti. It was our confetti piece. Okay. So let me just dry it off a bit. Oh, jumping around. And then
so
again,
this is now pure, I know it doesn't look silvery,
now it's
but it's pure silver.
Yeah, you can, it's really, really hard. Yep, yep. So again, if I just brush this up a bit.
It's a nice wire brush. Don't use this on the cat.
No. Yeah, I'm cleaning the rubber.
Jewellery making.
There we go. We'll get this off a bit. Really, just clean your rubber block. And again, the burnisher. So here's a good example.
This is the agate burnisher now.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, you can't live. You can get a metal burnisher, and often, you know, we have to put them in the starter kits because it's a price point thing. But once you've used an agate burnisher, you never use a metal one again. You know. Or, you know, you can see that difference there on the top, can't you?
Today. I mean, you've got it in your accessories polishing kit at $17.49 plus delivery. So easy. It's 813073 to order now.
And always, you know, burnish the sides. You know what it's like? If somebody says to you, oh, did you make that yourself? You know, the first thing they do is turn it over and have a look, you know. And again, it's the sides of the piece, you can see. It really does.
That's where you get your rubber block that we're using also, and that brass brush we got out a minute ago, and the silver polishing cloth too. You get all that in your polishing kit. It must be so satisfying as well, Helen, to be making your personal pieces every time.
It is. Everything is always different, and it's a very nice hobby. Nothing goes off. You know, once you've got the basic tools, as you can see, this rubber block. Gosh, I've probably had this nearly 10 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You can see it was the one that wasn't quite properly formed when the company started.
Yeah.
But you know, you just use them over and over again. There's nothing really that's disposable. So the only thing, once you've got the base, is the clay, and then you can always come back to it. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your craft cupboard. You can just put it in a box, you know, take it with you.
It's doable, and you know, and I know you say, you made quite a big point about never being able to sell anything that you've made, but if you look at your costs of what you're buying today to get started up, you factor in all the fun of being able to create things. Imagine putting a post on one of these sites, wherever, saying, I will make you a personalised charm for a wedding day, or a brand new baby, or something.
It is always different.
People are always looking for gifts like that, thinking, you know, what am I going to buy them? You know, what am I going to get?
For the person who's got everything, it's ideal and it's personal. And to prove that, you know, okay, some of these pieces here today are probably a bit more complicated, but the necklace that I'm wearing today is actually one of the very, very first things I made 20 years ago. I wouldn't say I have a close-up of it, but it just shows...
We've got a close-up. We've got the close-up you always wanted there.
Something really simple.
It's lovely. It's
and you know, you still have it, you know.
This is really cool as well. We've only got a few seconds, unfortunately, but, you know, we'll try and get you your kit to you as soon as we can, and get making, get enjoying. Helen, thank you so much. Thank you for
having me. Yes.
Lovely having your company.
Time flies.
It does. I'm so sorry we've run out of time there, Helen. Lovely show, thank you. We've got our Spellbinders one-day special coming up next. That's with Dave. You've also got 13 arts on the way, and Crafterscope. Nick is in the building in a couple of hours' time.
Are you wanting to shop till you drop, or pick up some inspiring hints and tips from your favourite experts from the world of craft? Do you need to restock your crafty stash? If the answer is yes, then head off to the Creative Craft Show. Receive your buy one get one half price tickets when you use code EV160. So why not treat yourself and a friend to a fantastic day out?
Hi, I'm Joe from the Mill Shop Online. Welcome to the Mill Shop Online. As you can see, we're a lot of fabric here. We're very passionate about our fabrics. We're one of the largest online sellers in the UK of fabrics for upholstery, soft furnishings, and now the lovely craft market. Whether you're starting out with fabric or you're an experienced sewer, we love to bring projects that every ability can really have a go at. So don't miss the Mill Shop Online shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door. I'm lucky enough to have been a guest on Hochanda since day one. I've been working closely with Crafts2 on the development of the John Next Door brand, and also working with their fantastic range of products. I'll be bringing you some fantastic shows that are combining the John Next Door and Crafts2 products. We'll be sharing things like the press cut dies, and some of the Find It media, and some of the other fantastic tools, accessories and other products that Crafts2 bring to everybody at home. I hope you can join me on my crafting journey and learn some tips and techniques from me that I share with you. So don't miss the Crafts2 shows with me, John Lockwood, on Hochanda.
Hello, good morning. Tuesday morning on Hochanda. Great to have your company, and thanks to Matt for the last hour. Welcome back to Christine.
Hello.
Hello, good to see you again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, you launched it last night with me, the Spellbinders one-day special, which is proving really popular. You've got a lot of history with Spellbinders, haven't you?
I have, yes. It's coming up. I've been with Spellbinders nearly 10 years.
Wow.
So I first joined them on their design team. They put out a call for international designers, and I was very fortunate because at that point I'd only just discovered die cutting.
Right.
So I was so new. And then, so I applied.
I suppose they were quite new then, 10 years ago.
Yeah, they'd been out for a little while. They'd definitely established themselves in the US, but they obviously wanted to then go international. So they put this call out, and it was a little bit like the X Factor because there was 3 rounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 3 projects, 3 rounds. So, and then for possibly, I think it was for the next 6 years, I continued on the design team. Each time you had to reapply and try out. And then they approached me and said that I think they might have liked me because they said, would you like to become the UK ambassador?
Wow. And you've been an ambassador ever since?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm travelling around and was doing TV and obviously doing the trade shows and demos and workshops. So, it's a tough job.
Oh, someone's got to do it, and Christine is doing it for us today with our one-day special, and this is it. Now, the designer behind this, she's one of the most successful designers.
Oh, she is, yeah. Becca Feekin, she's a licensed designer for Spellbinders, and she is one of our most popular ones. Her designs just sing to people who love the vintage, traditional styles, and she delivers the most amazing, intricate, delicate collections, so she's got a big fan base.
She has, and lots of you I know ordered this last night. If you didn't see it last night, the good news is they are still available, the one-day special, just for one day only, £10 off. So brand new, they're hot off the press, they only actually launched yesterday. We had them on TV straight away. We're giving you a £10 discount, and we're giving you Flexi as well, so you can spread that discounted price over 2 payments. 1 payment today, next payment in 4 weeks' time. So only $32.48 to pay today, and that's the delivered price if you're a Freedom member. And they are available individually as well, so if there's one that kind of jumps out at you as being a favourite and you just want that, you can go for them individually if you want to. Now, the round one that you can see there, that's actually got a total of 7 dies in the set. And if I quickly show you, there's a card with that one on it.
That's right.
There we are. I'll just drop that in for you. There's just one of the cards that's been made with one or two of the outside dies on that one. But yeah, there's 7 individual dies in there. So if you don't want to make a large card, you can always use some of the smaller elements.
Oh yes, absolutely. So that's, again, because so much thought has been put into every single die. Yeah, you can just take 1 or 2 and create something stunning.
Well, that one on its own is at the bottom of the screen. That's called the Brillante, I think that's how you pronounce it. The Brillante Rondelle. 7 dies for £16.99, and that card next to it's stunning as well, isn't it? Really lovely. So that's available individually or part of the one-day special. Next to that, this one here, this is quite ornate. This is the busiest one, most popular one individually. They're calling this the Floral Tiara, and you can see why they call it that. If I, again, just drop this card in, nearly 40% of the stock has gone individually. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? Whether you're just using one of them or both of them, topping and tailing a menu maybe that works, obviously landscape and portrait as well, works really, really well. And you've done a bit of drop shadow on that one, which is one of your favourite things, isn't it?
Yes. You're going to find that on a lot of them now.
Now on that one you've got a total of 5 dies in there. Then we go to the bottom layer, and we've then got down the bottom left, we've got that lovely rectangle. That was your first demo last night, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. So again, so many dies in that set.
5 dies in this particular set, and that again is available individually if you want it, and that is $19.99 if you just want that set on its own. But there's another finished card that we did yesterday. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then the final set in the one-day special is next to it just there. This is going to be in our demo, isn't it?
Yes, it is going to feature in our first demo.
Great, OK.
Yeah.
Well, there is the oval, and that's, again, part of the one-day special. If you want it on its own, it's $19.99, or if you go for the one-day special, you get the extra discount, and there's a lovely finished card using the ovals. $64.96 then. On Flexi means you only pay $32.48 today if you want Flexi Buy. If you don't, you can just, of course, pay in one hit. It's entirely up to you. 941767. Now, another bundle that we've got a saving on for you. This isn't the one-day special, but it equally could have been, to be honest. This has got an £8 saving. And again, these dies are individually available. These have been really popular, actually, as individuals. Yes, yeah. Very much so. So let's have a look at the top 2 to start off with. This is the most intricate one. Isn't that just gorgeous? There's 7 dies in that. One of the most intricate dies I've seen in a long time, actually.
It is, yes. It's a nice size die as well. It's really nice. But yes, so much. I mean, she's been inspired to do these because of the whole vintage idea with lace work, and that really emulates lace, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Very, very intricate. Now, approaching 40% of that one has gone individually on its own. You can see a card just next to it there as well, which shows you just how fine the lace work is on that. So that one is down the bottom. It's the Nobel Chatelaine, 7 dies for £24.99. Next to that, we've then got this one, which is like another tiara style. They're calling this one the Regal Bandala. So that's the Regal Bandala, and again, just look how fine it is. And that's a great wrap maybe for an invitation or something along those lines.
Yes, yeah, gorgeous, yeah. Or equally, it's going to double up if you are doing little tiaras and things and curl them to make little crowns.
Yeah.
So pop those on top of your cupcakes.
Yeah, well, actually, why not? That would look really cool, wouldn't it?
It does, yeah.
So that on its own is only £11.99. There's 3 dies in that. So the outside cutting edge is split into 2. So if you wanted to actually keep it in the cardstock, keep it attached to something, you could do that. Or if you wanted to cut the whole thing out, you've got that option to do that as well. Then underneath that, we go down to flowers. Now, you used those in the demo last night.
Yes, that's right. Becca, what she ensures with all her collections is that she brings you out a design of a flower. So we're now up to flower number 5.
Right.
And this one's very daisy-like. And again, what she always ensures is that all the flower designs have that hole in the middle, so you can pop stamens through or a little brad. So again, it's just so well thought out.
Well, I think this is our most popular individual one, in actual fact. Nearly 3/4 of the stock has gone on the flowers, and that's only £15.99 if you want it. The Cinch and Go, they call it, and that's £15.99. And then next to it, the last one in this particular bundle is the Infinity. So this one's called the Infinity Link border, and it's £11.99. And again, you've got 2 outside cutting edges rather than just being 1. 3 dies in total. A third of the stock has gone, and you can see on that card next to it how beautiful that looks. Really lovely. You could thread lace through that if you wanted to.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Just leave it plain. It's entirely up to you. £28.48 then on Flexi if you want to have the whole collection there, or failing that, you can pay for it, of course, in one go, which would be £56.96. 265890, your item number for that one. All right, now some other individuals we've got for you. I think this has got to be my favourite.
Yes.
I think it is.
You said that straight off the bat yesterday. You like this one.
I don't know what it is that really stands out to me, but as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. You're loving it as well. Nearly half the stock's gone on this. So just to give you an idea of what you can do with it, whether you're using it portrait or landscape. There's a card that we did yesterday, another one as well. There we are. Look. So you don't necessarily have to use the whole thing, just snip into it if you want.
That's right,
Interlink
yes,
it.
Definitely. Yes.
You did say that interlinks together really nicely.
They do, and any of Becca's, she's also done label shapes, so they will interlock under those side swirls. So it's just wonderful to experiment with. So I just love all her designs.
Well, it's only £17.99, and there's a lot there for your money for that price. 4 dies in there. 888995 is your item number for that one. Then we have another border one. This time, though, you've made it into a nice little notelet presentation wallet, which is rather cute.
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
Again, it's a die that you can use as an inset or use it with the borders as a die cut. I like the idea of creating a project like that so you can put an invitation and then your RSVP cards in the other side.
Yeah, nice idea. So a really versatile die set to go for. There's actually 4 dies in there. You've got that lovely flourish and then the actual border there too. £15.99, 944 473. 2 more to go, and they're really beautiful. All of these are beautiful, and they do have a definite look to them, don't they?
They do. I mean, what she based this collection on, the whole vintage treasures idea, is that she imagined what it would be like to find her grandmother's hope chest. All those things her grandmother would have tucked away in the hope of a wonderful marriage. So it's like keepsakes, gorgeous linens, lace. And that is reflected in certain of the dies as well.
And again, the value for money on this is lovely. The Tiffany I can't say it, Lavalier? I think Tiffany Lavalier.
I'm not even going to test it, so I'm glad you did.
£21.99 the price, 6 dies there, 339430 your item number. And then finally, it's so difficult to choose because they're all gorgeous, they really are.
I like this one.
This is your favourite, yeah?
It is, yeah. As I said yesterday, when the box of dies arrived, this was the one I grabbed first and said, no, I'm going to craft with this one. I love the symmetry of it, the border. It reminded me of shuttered sort of windows.
Or saloon doors, if you cut it in half.
That might have been it.
Yeah, because you can have them opening and closing if you want to, or just use them as a flat panel, it's up to you. But really lovely detail in there. $19.99 for this one. Again, brand new last night was the first time we saw it, and the actual whole collection only launched yesterday as well, so we've got it hot off the press, straight on your telly, with great discounts too. 491395. Now, all the individuals are on the website with item numbers there as well, so that's the easiest way to order if you want to do it yourself on the web. If you'd rather talk to an operator, they're at the end of the phone, they'll sort it for you as well. Having said that, though, there's also other things in the show as well, which we'll probably get to use during the hour. Things like our distress brushes that we've got distress inks in sets of 4. We've got the brilliant Spellbinders 6 and the larger Spellbinders Platinum machine as well, which is in stock at the moment. We've got paper pads from the paper tree. We've got the Lakeside there. There are the distress inks with different item numbers, look. Sets of 4. And we've also got the tin. Now, those square inks will fit in the metal tin, and you're going to get 2 of the stencil brushes as well, and they're retractable. I'll just show you, actually, because these only launched, I think it was last year at CHA in America, but they're really clever, because you've got the metal caps that you can put on the top, but you just pull the neck down, and it then reveals the brush. So great for adding your inks and your chalks and that sort of thing to whatever you want. And to have the box, it's the perfect size for the distress inks. But also, there are other brands out there that have the smaller squares. The Nuvo Hybrid Cubes will go in there, and the VersaFine Cubes as well will fit in there too. But you're going to get the tin, and you're going to get 2 of the brushes for just £21.99. And they flew off the shelf, didn't they, when they first launched?
Yes, I can remember thinking, wow.
They're cool. What are we doing first then?
OK, so I'm going to be doing my first card. I'm going for a bigger card, actually, an 8x8.
Yeah.
So I've got out my bigger platinum machine.
OK.
So this time I want to use the Infinity Link border die to create my background. So as we've mentioned, quite a few of the border dies in this collection, you've got the option of adding the edging. So she's done it in 2 pieces, which is a really, again, a clever idea. Yeah. So if you just wanted to do the edge of your card here, so I've done one, I think, with the hair there. You're just going to get that nice little edging. You needn't put the border one here.
Because if you did just one big outside cutting edge, you'd restrict what you could use it for.
That's right. So you can tell she's a real crafter, Becca, because she preempts all the different situations that you might find yourself in when you're designing your own projects. But I want to use just the inset, and I'm going to be putting it onto my card because I just want 2 panels going down. So I was going to pop that into place with some tape. Just secure that down.
And by the way, if you want to take advantage of the Platinum 6 or the big Platinum machines, today's a good day to do it because you're going to get it with Flexi, of course. Anything, if you spend over £60, is going to have Flexi attached to it. But, of course, go for some of the dies as well. It's a perfect marriage. And it's a Spellbinders machine. You know that this is going to be designed for purpose. You know it's going to last you. Full metal body on the inside. Also, a lot of people say that these machines are brilliant because the plates are incredibly light. You're not having to juggle like half a dozen different plates to do a certain job.
Absolutely.
Because you've got the main base plate actually on the machine, which is where the weight is. You're not lifting that out all the time.
That's right. I was actually only talking yesterday. I have a Platinum where I craft, which is in my little cabin, and it was the very first large-size Platinum that when Spellbinders launched it, and I'm still using it. It's still absolutely fine.
And that was how many years ago?
Well,
10?
No, because we had the Grand Caliber.
Ah, yeah, of course.
So I think it must be, what, 5 years now? Coming up 5 years? Or 4 to 5 years. And
still going strong.
Oh, and it's, I have to say, it's abused. it's definitely... OK, so you can see that's popped out beautifully. Yeah. If you have got any little stray ones, you can just use your tool-in-one to just pop those ones out.
That's on the website as well.
OK, so then we can clean the die, and I want to do a second one here, but what I've done is I've gone ahead and done that one, save you watching me clean out all my die, what have you. So we've got our nice decoration going on there. So...
And it could almost be like a bodice, that, couldn't it? If you put, like, lace crisscrossing it down.
Yes, you could. Yes, that would look really nice, actually, yes. So I want to affix my card. This is a nice big 8x8. And so I want to actually put some of the colour panels that are going to go behind.
Now, these colour panels, these are from the paper pads, aren't they?
That's right.
The Paper Tree Lakeside Blooms. Now, if you go for the Paper Tree pads, you're going to get 48 sheets in the 8x8, and you're going to get the 6x6 with 40 sheets in it. And you can see on the front that you've got the florals and the patterns on the smaller one, and you've then got, of course, the coordinating colours which go really nicely with the pattern pad, and that's where these strips have come from. Lovely colours in there.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, very
really
fashionable
pretty.
colours as well. £13.49 for both of them if you're a Freedom member, and that's a delivered price if you fancy both of those.
Just going to put a little bit of glue on each edge.
Knocking everything over.
Okay, so I want that to come through, showing that nice pale green, because it's going to complement my flowers and leaves then. Okay, so you're just going to see that. And then, because I can't resist my silver foil card, that's still happening, still going on. Okay, so just put a little bit more. So creating the base.
Overall, the colours that you're going to get in the pads, by the way, you've got a blue, a green, browns as well, dusky pinks, all in there.
Right, okay, let's get rid of that little bit. Okay, it's just going to map that onto the silver. Get that onto there.
Looking lovely.
So we've got an instant background.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I want to go for another matte. I'm really into matting again. It's, again, a fad that's come back for me.
Well, it gives, I love a well-matted card because it gives it rigidity, doesn't it?
It
but
does.
It also gives it more interest.
And I do think when you're doing a large card, like an 8x8, you really want a nice set of matting. A nice set of matting.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right. And then I want to, again, because I'm just going for it now, I want it nice and big.
Mm-hmm. Actually, just to quickly show you the paper pad as well, the smaller 6x6. Obviously, the larger one has got the kind of background papers in it, but the 6x6 has got all the detailed pattern papers. So you've got swans and little flowers in there as well, which is really lovely. And it kind of complements beautifully. So that one is the Lakeside Blooms. Okay, and we do also have the boho bouquet as well, which I don't think I've got here.
No, but there is boho bouquet, which again is a larger 8x8 with some beautiful coordinating dots and stripes.
I've got a picture of it if you want it. I can show it to you.
Yeah.
This is the 8x8 pad. There it is. Look, so it's more kind of pinky and red. Jack's found it for me. Thank you, Jack. There we are. Look. So this has got 48 sheets in it as well. And that's got dots and stripes and all that sort of thing too. So that's available as well.
Okay. So I'm using a combination of that Infinity Link border and also the Bella Lucy Oval.
Right.
So because I want to make my central element here.
And that's in the One Day Special, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So again, I'm going to... This one comes with 5 dies. So you've got your outer, then your inner oval, and then another inner oval. So that's going to create your aperture in the middle. So again, we're just going to layer those up, tape them down, run that through. And again, this is how I said her collections just complement each other.
Mm.
So
how many collections do the designers do a year then? Is it like a couple?
So yes, I think it's about 2.
Right.
Becca also at the moment in the States, she does a kit as well. So she's a very, very busy lady. But I think she works pretty much a year ahead.
Right.
So she's never stops working. She's always, you know, designers can't, can they? They must. I don't imagine they ever switch off.
No, I can't imagine.
Because
so.
They
probably get ideas from wherever they are. On
everywhere they go. Well, when she was here recently, because she was on the show last year, which she was here, wasn't she, doing her 3D vignettes, I believe, and. So I was really fortunate because I got to spend time with her, and she's a very, very interesting lady. So everywhere you go, she sort of was pointing out, you know, when she saw sort of ironwork and fencing, and she was like, oh, you know.
So you never know, a collection later this year may be inspired by the UK.
Absolutely, yes. Well, we have another lady who designs Spellbinders, Sharon Sowell, and one of her collections was inspired by her trip to the UK.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she does her very much of the paper cutting designs.
Right.
So, but yes, it was definitely inspired by a trip to the UK, our countryside and all our little animals and everything. So you can see they come out the die beautifully.
Yeah.
really nice. If you've just got a couple of little ones, then you can just use your all-in-one. So we're going to be building up our central.
The all-in-one, if you're wondering what that is, if I just hold it here for you, that's it. It's a weird-looking thing, but it's a very, very clever tool because you've got a brush at one end to get all the bits out of your die, to clean your die. You've also got a pokey tool at the other end, and there's even a little spatula in the barrel.
That's right.
Which you can use for, again, easing things out that are tricky, maybe out of dies and that sort of thing.
A lot of people don't realise that that's actually inside.
Yeah, I didn't realise for a few months.
No, and I've been to demos and things, and people have got out their all-in-one, and I said, oh, what do you use your spatula for inside? They went, what's inside?
Yeah,
so,
it's in there, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the beauty of that is the fact that it opens, even if you want to store away the pokey tool end, if you're worried, you know, perhaps if you're crafting on your dining table, you don't want to leave that out if you've got young children, pets and things, store your pokey tool one inside the barrel, and then you know it's nice and safe.
Clever idea.
Yeah. So I've used the largest one to create the silver foil card background, and then this is going to be my central piece here. And again, I've gone in, and this is the centre one of this same Bella Lucy die set, and I love that.
Yeah, I do
That's
too.
the one that I made for the little gate. So again, I want to pop that onto there. So it's going to get to the point when they're going to say, take the silver foil card away from her, because she's, you know, I'm draining world resources here. So.
It's funny how we all have our favourite things, though, go through fads of...
Yeah, it really is. And some time ago, I wouldn't have touched it. It's so strange.
Your new favourite thing?
It is my new favourite thing. It's my new addiction. It's a healthy addiction.
Absolutely.
I'm allowed this one. Okay.
Of course, if you want to get involved in the show, if you've got any questions about anything at all, anything Spellbinders related, you can always email studio@hochanda.com to get involved in the show.
Yeah.
Or tell us what you've bought recently, or send us pictures of any Spellbinders goodies, or of any of Becca's designs maybe that you've used in the past. We can share them with everybody else. So
we're going to pop that into the middle there. And again, put some tape. So building this one up, it might be that this one needs a box.
Could be. Well, I always think a card in a box is even more special.
Oh, it is. I have a friend that makes the most amazing depth of cards, and they're stunning. And she often says, yep, it's coming in a box.
Yep.
So that's going to go in the middle. And then I've got some little flowers and a sentiment that we're just going to be putting at the side here. So again, now these actual flowers are from Becca's previous Cinch and Go.
Right.
As I said, she insists that with every collection you're going to find your square, your rectangle, your oval, and you're always going to find your flowers too.
She always does that in every collection?
Yes.
So it's like a variation on a theme?
Yeah.
Right.
So people are very happy then to collect each flower one, because, you know, if you've had the Cinch and Go from one, and this latest one, the Daisy one, is number 5, they all look stunning together.
Well, they all work together as well.
Yeah, so you can make a beautiful mixed bouquet, and they all come with a different design of leaf, so mix and match your leaves as well. So
now the Cinch and Go we've popped on the side of the screen there for you. If you want that on its own, so in other words, it's that long die full of the petals and the leaves. It's approaching limited stock now, so if you want that at $15.99, please grab it sooner rather than later. Nice easy number, 615-000, and that will get you your vintage treasure Cinch and Go.
And as I mentioned, what that she does is she will put that little hole in the middle. So if you are somebody who loves the stamens, pop them through. If you want a flower for speed, then put a brad, or you can still pop your little gemstones on the top as well. Okay, so we're nearly there, which is a little happy Mother's Day, because it is on Sunday.
It is this Sunday. Don't forget, whatever you do.
Please don't forget. This is a message going out to 2 boys. Please don't forget.
And one of us in the green room, so he's probably watching.
You should be. Okay. So a lot of the times I type my sentiment and then die cut round them.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
So,
what a gorgeous Mother's Day card that is too. Or for any occasion, to be honest.
Yes.
There we are, look. So it's almost like it's a mirror with a frame around it, isn't it? Rather gorgeous. So $15.99 then if you want the Cinch and Go. I'll show you quickly the Cinch and Go. It's, where is it? second one, isn't
yeah,
it?
second
Just
set.
down the bottom there. That's the cinch and go, if you're wondering what we're talking about, that's it. So if you've got a collection of these already, this is going to kind of add on to that collection really nicely. You get a full strip of 2, 4, 5 flowers, stamens for the centre, and then you get the leaf as well. But that's about to go. It's limited stock, I believe, at $15.99, 615000, nearly limited stock. Now, all the individuals are on the website as well. If you don't want to run to one of the bundles, do remember, though, the one-day special and the second bundle we showed you do represent the best value for money. They give you savings. But if you just want 1 or 2 individual dies on their own, mix and match from the website there. I mean, that one that we've just gone past for $24.99 is amazing, the detail in it. There we are, that one there, look, the Nobel Chatelaine. My favourite, though, next to that is the Marquise Diamond Pendant. Love that, $17.99. Really different, really lovely. So they're all there at hochanda.com. Well, the website is also showing you the one-day special, which is this bundle, which is in front of me at the moment. So 4 great dies put together, a superb saving of £10 off, and it is there for you on Flexi as well if you want to spread the cost. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's there if you'd rather spend just half today and half in 4 weeks. And importantly, this is locking the one-day special price. So if you're thinking, I've got to, you know, it's only going to be this price until 6 o'clock, if you get it on Flexi, that locks the one-day special price for the whole 4 weeks. So you pay half today, half in 4 weeks' time. Let's show you, though, the actual cards that have been made and the dies that you're going to be getting in the set. Just look at this card here, all coming from this fantastic collection of dies. There are actually 7 dies in that set in total. Outside cutting edges, decorative detail layers on the inside. So if you want to give your cards really massive dimension and height, you can do that. That's individually available at the bottom. It's the Brilliant Rondelle, or Brilliant Rondelle, and that's £16.99. That's all that is for 7 dies. Approaching 40% of the stock gone for that on its own. Next to that, we've then got this next duo, which is, well, actually there's 5 dies in there. This is the Floral Tiara, we're calling it, for obvious reasons. Really beautiful. You've got 2 flowers, and then of course you've got 1, 2, 3 further dies just there as well. The outside cutting edge, though, remember, is in 2 pieces, so you can either choose to keep it locked into the cardstock or cut it out completely. And this is a lovely card that's been made using those. Lots of snippability on these as well. Approaching half the stock's gone. If you want your Floral Tiara, there it is. And it's on the bottom of the screen, and it's at $17.99. Then, the next layer down, the next section, you've got your oval, which we used in the demo a few minutes ago, and then you've also, of course, got your rectangular die set there as well. 5 dies in each. This is the rectangular one, which has got nice chamfered edges or corners. There it is. And then we've got the oval, which is what we used in the demo a second ago, but there's another one for the oval, upside down. There we go. $32.48 today if you want Flexi, otherwise it's $64.96. 941767, and that's a £10 saving as well. Over here we've got another saving, this time it's £8 off. And this is like another one-day special, really. A different collection of dies, but of course from Becca. It's a brand new collection, a new release that only launched yesterday. We had it straight on air at the 6 o'clock launch show last night. So even if you find these out and about in the high street, the chances are you won't find them with discount because they're brand new. And the chances are you won't be offered Flexi, which you can have with us, of course, as well. So this one is your 16 die collection. The most intricate and detailed die, this one here, is quite phenomenal. Again, if you wanted to snip into it, you could do that after you've cut it out. There's 7 dies in there. That's $24.99 individually if you want it on its own, so check out the website. And also it's down the bottom there, 409642. Next to that, we then have the Regal Bandal, which is that one. So there's 3 dies there. Again, you've got the outside cutting edge that's split into 2, so it can stay in the cardstock if you want it to. Beneath that, we then go to... This is the cinch and go that we were talking about in the last show. So you get 5 flowers, the leaves, and also the stamens for the centre of the flowers as well. And then the infinity link just next to it, that also has got a double outside cutting edge as well, or it's kind of cut in half. That's on Flexi, $28.48 today and $28.48 in 4 weeks. Or if you'd rather pay it in full, you can enjoy, of course, just $56.96 today is your payment. $265,890, your item number. Now, my favourite is proving really popular as well. You're loving this too. The potential with this is quite huge. It's very big, very dramatic, very different. Only $17.99 actually, and there's 4 dies in that set, and that's $888,995. Nearly half the stock of that has now gone as well. We've also got other things on the show as well that are on the website too. So I'll pop that up for you. This one This is it's like a triple border, and again, it's got lots of versatility. You can keep it in the cardstock, cut it out of the cardstock. £15.99, and it's 944,473. Loads of other things on the website as well, including, of course, the brushes as well and the inks. This one though is the Tiffany Lavalier, I reckon. Yeah, I'll settle for that. Tiffany Lavalier. It kind of trips off the tongue now. Tiffany Lavalier. £21.99 for 6 dies, and that's 339430. And then the last one we can show you for now is this one, which is the square. Now that can stay intact and whole, or for me, it's just crying out to be kind of cut in half once the die's done its job. And then it could be shutters, it could be windows, it could be doors. I mean, it's like a massive, impressive door into a ballroom or something like that, isn't it?
Yes.
Gorgeous. £19.99. I wonder where she got the inspiration for that one from. I wonder what she was looking at when she thought, oh, I'll do this and draw this.
Must have been when she went to her last ball, I think.
Maybe.
Do you think?
Yeah, as you do.
As you do, on a Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Right then, Christine.
Okay, and talking of that particular die, I'm going to use that one, the Antiquities Square.
Okay.
Because this one is the one I love the most. So this is a 5-piece die set. So again, you've got your outer border and this beautiful ornate centre one. You've got your label shape that's going to fit into the middle. So you can use that outer one to create that aperture there if you need that. And then you've got this little tiny element as well, which I notice what Becca does an awful lot with her designing, is that she will use these, she will snip into them, snippability as you rightly said, and put these on the corners of her designs. She will interlock them sometimes to create a whole chain.
Good idea,
really, again, getting the maximum usage out of your dies.
And you don't necessarily notice this until you actually come to use it, but the lines in the middle there, when I first saw that, I thought, oh, it's actually going to cut that particular pattern out. Well, those lines don't cut, they actually emboss or deboss. So you've actually got an imprinted pattern in the middle, and then the outside edges are the cutting edges. Really, a lot of thoughts gone into all this.
Yeah, she does. She loves seeing the emboss as well, so she does always include that you're going to get those nice embossed areas.
And do you always have to use the embossing mat, or does it emboss without that?
I find that the machine has got so much pressure, I rarely have to emboss now.
Right.
Yesterday, if you was lucky enough to get one of the notepad dies, you will have seen that the minute I put that through, it did my score lines without even having to emboss. So that's the beauty of the complete pressure going along.
Also the machine, if you are on the fence at the moment, thinking about buying a new machine, treating yourself to one maybe for the first time or upgrading, can I suggest the Platinum is a really good one to go for? This is the big machine. We do have a 6-inch version, which a lot of you went for yesterday. But the reason this is such a good machine is, well, there are 2 reasons that I think it's so good. A, the base plate, you very rarely need to touch it. So that's where a lot of the weight is. You don't need to lift that up and down all the time. So very often all you're using are the 2 clear plates to cut. So very light. And the other thing is, of course, that you've got the potential of using things like the Bigs dies in there, because you can take the base plate out and then the Bigs die can go in. Not many machines will do the Bigs dies, so this is one that's doing both. So it's a good one to consider going for, isn't it?
It is, definitely. And maybe if you've got some of the contour dies, Spellbinders contour dies, they will go through as well.
Right.
So it's, the versatility is perfect.
And it's got the great brand of Spellbinders on it as well, so if you're a brand snob, you can't get much better than that, really, can you?
No, absolutely. OK, so we've got that beautiful, it's all little bits of just a few little ones to come out. It's come out of there, so it's a lovely design. And you can see what I mentioned about not even having to use that embossing mat. You can see it's given me that embossed with just the pressure of the machine.
Yeah, you can see it,
which is lovely. OK, so we've got
so if you did put the embossing sheet through, would it just make that deeper?
Yes, it will. Right. Yeah. So, and I mean, yes, if you're at home, I would recommend that, you still do your step with the embossing, because you've got a lot more time, and you're sitting and you're probably not thinking what I'm thinking right now is like, what's next, what's next?
Yeah. I love the fact that you've got that kind of landlocked bit in the middle as well. So if you wanted to put like a verse or a stamped image on there, you could do that.
Yeah, for sure. So what I want to do is to then, I've got a piece of card. In fact, what I'll do is I'll use this one because I've popped all the little pieces out. Let me move that. So I've cut just a square. This is like a matte gold, but I've cut it so it fits inside that edge area. So we just don't see it coming across here. So just going to put a little bit of glue around the edge of that. Okay, just some dobs. Very technical terms we're going for now. I've done all my posh words and we're now resorting to dobs.
And you don't need much.
No.
I think a lot of us make the mistake of putting too much glue on things and it all squidges everywhere. You don't need very much at all.
I must be quite frugal then.
Yeah, I think, I was quite, yeah.
I think, oops, I do. I must be thinking, nope, that's plenty. Right, let's just move that so we've got it fixed into place. Okay, then we want to do that central bit, so that's in. Okay, let's bring my card bases over. I've gone for a square design, and again that's that matte gold card here. So let's do the quick check that I've actually got this the right way around.
How many times has that happened?
Do you know, it's best to just say you've lost count, because I have.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is, as all you crafters will know, we can get over that. It's not a big deal. We just chop the front off and put it on another card. But yeah.
I've just been asked, everyone's asking to see these pads again quickly. I can show you them quickly. Here we are. This is the one that's coming with the 8x8 and the 6x6. The Lakeside Blooms are what these pads are called. Now you've got things like rabbits, flowers, swans, very beautiful colourway, and of course you've got the bigger 8x8 palette, which will complement it, but you've got plain colours and dots and stripes in there, so great to use in conjunction with the 6x6. £13.49 if you're a Freedom member will get you both, and that's 88 sheets, and they're normally £9.99 for the 8x8s on their own, so only £3.50 for the 6x6 is a bargain. 014363. And it all ties together very nicely. And the boho bouquets, quickly, if you prefer your pinks rather than your blues and browns, there's your pinks look. Again, you've got dots, you've got stripes, plain papers in there as well. But nothing stopping you trimming these and cutting them, make them into little ribbons if you want. It's up to you. So that's your boho bouquet. 870917.
Okay, and talking of that paper pad, I think that this one may be from the...
that one, yeah.
Yes, possibly from the Lakeside
Blooms. Yeah.
And it's just a piece of the plain. Yeah, it's a nice sort of coffee latte. Yeah, mocha. Maybe mocha. Yes, Americano.
All the posh words for brown.
It's a nice brown. Yeah, go for that one. It's a nice brown. Okay, again, just matting.
It almost looks like craft card.
Yes,
similar colours.
It does actually. So, you know, if you're a fan of your matting dies, or if you prefer to use your trimmer, then, again, all up to you. I've got a little piece of ribbon here. Let's see if I can put my tape on so it's actually a little bit straighter. And I want to wrap that round. So I'm remembering to put my ribbon on before I stick this one down. Again, that's a mistake that I've done a few times. Okay. Yeah, I think we can get away with that being quite flexible. Right.
Now, just to let you know, the Cinch and Go that we said was limited stock, the next thing, well, inevitably has happened, it's sold out, I'm afraid. The Cinch and Go is gone individually. The first one to sell out individually. There it is, gone, but it is available only now in the bundle, which is not the one-day special, it's the other bundle that's available today with an £8 saving. So if you want the Cinch and Go, it is in this bundle on the screen now, and it is also on Flexi, so you can spread the cost into 2 payments if you want to go for the whole thing.
Okay, so we're just going to wrap. I found this nice little script ribbon. Again, it's like, wow, I can use some of my ribbon. And I've probably used, what, 6 inches? But it's getting there. It's reducing the basket, so we're getting there.
You don't often see sentiments on ribbons like that. It's quite unusual.
No, I can remember. I think I picked it up some time ago. And
there's no ordinary moments in life, it says, I think.
Yes. It's pretty much true. So, okay, so we're going to pop that into the middle. My mum, bless her, one day sat down and sorted all my ribbons into colour-coded bags. Best thing ever. All the little scraps, everything. She
how many reels of ribbon was it?
Well, it was reels, and it's 2 big baskets, and you know you can't throw anything away. So yeah, bless her. She insisted. She said, "No, we really need to get this sorted." I was like, "Yes," and it was one of the best things. So even you just grab that bag with that colour, and it saves so much time.
I know you've put the ribbon behind that, but you could have put it through the little circles if you wanted to.
I could have done, yes, absolutely.
It
got you on this one.
No. You're the pro, not me.
Okay, so this was the centre die. And so I've used both the outer and the inner. You'll see that that cuts out that nice aperture here as well, that nice curved rectangle. So that's going to go over there. Yeah. And then the flower, I think you've just said that's now gone. This was the cinch and go.
This is still available in the bundle.
Oh, excellent. So I can show you the flower. As I mentioned, the fact that you've got those little holes in the middle, it makes the speediest flower ever. So I've got a very pretty little brad going in here. Mm-hmm. We're just going to layer up. I just used a little bit more of this coffee brown latte paper. So I'm just popping them all in. And
on the pad as well, just to show you, it shows you exactly what's in the pad when you look at the front cover. So if you've got lots of pads and you tend to forget what's in what, you're not having to flick through them all the time. Just glance at the front and it shows you everything that's in there, which is really quite a clever concept, really. That one's lovely, isn't it? Imagine a feature wall in any of those.
Yes.
Rather
oh, well, I just adore hares, so that called to me as well. And hares are so popular now. When you look at the, you know, I think, sorry, llamas, I think your time is done. Hare, it's the age of the hare now.
Hares and stags now, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So that cinch and go flower, you can just, as Becca says, cinch, which is squeeze, and pick that up. Imagine that in yellow as a big sunflower.
Oh yeah, that would
look really nice. And just popped a little square on the back. And we're just going to pop that in there. And so then we have our
there
card.
It is done. Fab.
Okay.
So that particular die, remember, the big one, that's individually available in the show if you like the look of it, and it's certainly your favourite, isn't it?
It is,
Christine's
yes,
favourite.
the Antiquity Square.
If you want the Antiquity Square, it's coming up on the screen right now. If you want to leave it intact, like we've done, that looks lovely, but if you trim it and cut it in half, it's then saloon doors or ballroom doors or whatever it might be. £19.99, 491395. But the one-day special. One day, every day at 6 o'clock, we launch a new one-day special. We've got this particular selection today is the one-day special with a £10 discount, OK? Brand new from Becca. She's the designer and one of the most successful designers from Spellbinders as well. And these dies only launched in the UK yesterday. We had them straight on at 6 o'clock last night as a brand new one-day special. And here they are. I love the fact it's a bundle and you've been obviously given a discount and flexi as well, so you can spread the cost of this today into just 2 payments if you'd like to do that. £10 off, £32.48 is the first flexi payment and £32.48 in 4 weeks. If you don't want to do that and you just want to pay for it and have done with it, that's fine. £64.96 is your price. Now, if you want them individually, if there's one that stands out to you, maybe you love the floral tiara, for example, that one there, or whatever, they're all available individually. You'll find them on the website or the operator will be able to help you. So which one should we show first? The circle. OK, let's do the circle first of all. So that is only £16.99. It's on the bottom of the screen. It's 554302. The brilliant rondelle. Or brillante rondelle, I think that's probably how you're supposed to pronounce it, but anyway. £16.99. Next to that, we've then got the floral tiaras, which is 5 dies in this one. Beautiful. And again, I'll show you a finished card with those. Dropping that one in. The individuals, that's the most popular one, actually. Half the stock gone. That could be made to look quite festive as well if you wanted it to be, but it's an all year rounder, obviously. And that's, if you want that on its own, £17.99 for those 5. Then beneath that, we've then got the oval. Now, this could be an Easter, perfect Easter card, wouldn't it? Oval Easter eggs. And they could be made into eggs if you want them to be. £32.48 the price is if you're buying the bundle, but if you buy the actual ovals on their own, they're £19.99. So that's 563283. And then the rectangle over there next to it, that's also available at £19.99 today as well. 430384 is your item number there. Now, the other bundle, which is similar but different, this is giving you an £8 discount. And it's also on flexi as well. This is the only way that you can get the cinch to go. So if you like that strip of flowers, that's sold out individually now, but it is only available in the bundle. 16 dies there for £56.96, but you can spread it in 2 if you want to spread it with flexi. £28.48 today, £28.48 in 4 weeks' time. 264. No, it's not. It's 265890 is your item number there. All the other items, including the brushes and the organiser tins for your distress inks, all of these, remember, on the website as well if you want to go